Set the world on fire.
Please welcome Tom Dumpton.
I'm here, and
In my and that one is you, no other. I've lost all ambition for worldly
Any government is to monopolize as much as violence as possible in order for it to inflict it on as many citizens as possible.
I've been on this weird anarchist for a few months now. This is playing by their rules. Exactly.
I don't want to set the world on fire. I just want to start a flame.
The Dog and Show. Like, share, subscribe.
That's right. It's time. The Dog and Chicken Show.
Corn Pop was a bad dude.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to episode 128 of the Dog and Chicken Show. Nothing going on in the world, so what better do you have to do than to come here and drink whatever you please with us while we talk about life,
Corn Pop was
liberty,
a bad dude.
And Joe Biden giving me a thumbs up already. What's up, Brendan Roy? Yeah, nothing going on in the world today. I'm
Slow news week.
having a little whiskey mix real quick, and I'm going to jump over to some beers. That's my style tonight, and got some good stories for y'all. Tony, what you drinking? What's going on, brother?
First and foremost, thanks everybody for sticking it through that fucking echoey intro. Cheers to all of you. That was
normally that's a bad thing, but you were getting two fills for the price of one. You were getting double the fill singing, so really that's the best deal in the history of ever.
Yeah, something like that. Anyway, I'm back on my Aukentushin
Social.
My Aukenshockin. Hang on, I got this.
Aukentushin
single malt Highland Scotch whiskey. I'm getting down there. It did take me getting a Russo pour, but
ouch, that's gonna be painful.
We're gonna get through this fucking bottle. But before we go, start getting into all this, I did make a promise last night, Phil, on your stream. If you recall, I said I would start the show by chugging a beer.
Oh shit!
So,
we're gonna do Zoggy.
Well, and if you guys didn't see it, Brendan Roy sent 50 stars, so we get a social right away. So, cheers.
All right.
While Tony gets that prepared, folks, I am your King of Extreme, Phil KOE, the man of the hour, the man of the power, the man that makes the other podcast cower. We are here at Big Bucket Empire on YouTube and Facebook. You can find me at KOE Nation on YouTube, TikTok, and Twitch, folks. That's KOE Nation. And we are getting into all of the events of this crazy, crazy week, like Chicken Sled Slow News Week. There's really not much to talk about. This evening, I am having 15-year-old Dalmore from the Alexander and Murray & Co. 15-year Scotch without any sherry influence from the Dalmore Distillery. I figured, why not? You really feel. Oh my Lord, Brendan, that is
Awesome.
Like,
Tony's about to get filled up.
Oh my.
Well, the lid carved off, but it fell inside the beer, so this will be fun.
Glad to see
maybe
us live.
Maybe that's why people don't do that very often with those openers.
It is a specific tool meant for beer chugging.
And then
well.
Phil, I think this is directed to you. Hello, gentlemen.
Ooh, gentlemen.
Justin.
Yes. But there's really only one gentleman, and that's this guy down here, the prince of the prince of the potpourri of gin himself, Phil KOE. All right.
Let's see this tea. Don't cut your lip.
Really cold.
Ziggy zaggy. Oh!
There you have it, folks.
Woo! Nice. Well done.
Little cold.
No.
Way to start the show off.
Well done.
Coming in with a bang. Coming in hot.
Well done.
Coming in hot. So, Phil, you were drinking what now?
I am drinking the Dalmore 15-year single malt Scotch, folks. And I figured, why not? It's an interesting week. So let's get into something a little special because, folks, unfortunately, it is plain to see that we might be on the cusp of World War III, and we are here to discuss it together, you and me, all of us together with Phil KOE. God damn it, I'm good. So yes, folks, this is an occasion I really was not hoping to ever have to record, but here we are. It's the end of the world as we know it.
Uh-oh.
And I feel fine.
What's that, Steven? What's that, Steven?
We just got the warning sign.
He'll be drinking gin soon enough. What's this?
Oh, you traitors. You bastards. God damn it. I was hoping I could get through it.
We are starting off with a bang tonight. I love it.
Grab my bottle of gin.
Why don't you have it ready, Phil?
I gotta align my Biden.
No, wait. Now, Steve.
There we go. Now,
Steven Alexander. Now, he has not stated yet what he's wanting. Clearly,
I'm pretty sure we all know what he's asking.
He could still make Tony do a beer chug.
He said he'll be drinking gin soon enough. I mean, we made that pretty clear.
Steve. I mean, let's not look at good old buddy.
I beg you.
Let's not leave me out to dry here. Let's take Double Dog's shirt. Let's confirm 100% that he's wanting me to take a drink of this awful gin, and he's not wanting Tony to chug another beer, which would be equally funny right after he just chugged a beer. So, Steven, I mean, I'll get the gin shot ready, but son of a biscuit.
I mean, I started off with a bang, Phil. I mean, you should have probably just followed suit before even starting.
Hey, Tony, how about you shut your whore mouth?
Should have just gave him a free one.
Yeah. I think that's a great idea.
Yeah. What a dick. Why wouldn't you give him a free one, Phil?
Why don't you just do two, Phil?
Hey, chicken, how about you shut your whore mouth? Shit. All right. I know what I'm got. So, all right. Fuck. Well, to the end of the world, folks. Hopefully it tastes better than this. We're well beyond the first one at this point, Brendan. This bottle was damn near filled when this little project started.
Drinking Putin's tea.
Cheers. I love it.
Jesus.
All right.
Dancing Christ.
Gin. The tears of Putin. I love it. That's good.
All right. So.
But
Justin
I love
brings up a
gin.
good point.
Like, oh, God, that's awful.
For those of you who don't know, here are the stars. If you're new to the show, 500 stars to make somebody rant about something, 500 stars to make someone sing a song of your choice, 100 stars per minute to mute someone, 500 stars for a beer chug. Price doubles every time, and that's
for each person individually.
Same thing with a shot. 500 stars to take a shot. Price doubles each time per person, and 300 stars to request a custom-made meme. There we go, folks. I'll pop that bad boy off. Anybody needs a reminder, just ask your friendly neighborhood Tony G.
Now,
Beautiful.
Something that can really help be a great palate cleanser to that, folks, after you've taken a shot of awful gin and that awful like car battery flavor is still on your tongue and you're trying to recover from it. Something that can be like sweet, beautiful, molassesy syrup of honey and goodness is realizing that your king of extreme, Phil KOE, has recaptured the Revolutionary Wrestling Podcast Championship from that no good ne'er-do-well chicken, and I am now your 10-time Revolutionary Wrestling Podcast champion. So yeah, folks, I'm still flying high, feeling good, and once again won the championship just in time for the world to just start looking up at everything to just start going great from there, folks. Your king of extreme is going to lead us into a better tomorrow, and folks, I'll tell you what, ain't none of you in the audience, you ain't got the guts, you ain't got the temerity you ain't got the intestinal fortitude to now it's 1,000 stars to make me take a shot of gin.
Not for muting though.
Oh,
Yeah, that's true. Yeah,
Oh, you
muting
could
is
try-
still 100 stars per minute, folks. Anytime you want to
and you know
silence
what?
Phil.
When it comes to mutant, none of you got the guts. None of you got the temerity. None of you got the intestinal fortitude.
All right,
None of you got the balls
Let's
to mute
give them
Phil
a reason.
KOE.
Let's give them a reason to mute you. Let's get into a story
I've
here
given
so they
them
have a
plenty.
reason to shut you up.
Well, can we just tell the backstory of what we were just talking about of Phil winning the title and how awesome the world turns every time he does?
Oh, just yeah,
I think
everything's
you
just
need to.
happy go lucky. Everybody, yeah. The last time something big happened, Phil wins the belt, and then we entered a pandemic. So yeah, that's been
Yeah.
fun. Thanks for that.
And
Phil.
I was holding the belt up high, going, everything's going to turn around from here. It's all going to get better. The world's going to be a brighter place. The world's going to become a happier place. And then everybody
Then
had
it
to stay
didn't.
and then everyone had to stay
At
in their
all.
houses for a while.
Yeah.
And for folks in Australia, that a while was like 18 months. But you know,
Yeah, it was a different kind of wild.
yeah, it was a whole different thing over there. Sorry to hear about you. But
And then Phil wins this one, and
then I was even joking to myself when I won it. I was like, well, probably time for Putin to invade. And sure enough, Putin
Just keep
invades.
that to your fucking self next time, Phil.
Well, I mean,
fucking
folks, apparently
asshole.
what that means is like when I win the belt, the planets have aligned or the stars have come into perfect form and like the prophecies are being fulfilled. So
Yeah,
yes,
the sixth ring of hell
Phil-
has opened. So
Phil
thank you.
KOE's title reigns are legendary and prophecy fulfilling, apparently.
They're more like a one night stand after the pandemic closed and the bars reopened, and even the fucking nasty dude that lives with his mom in the basement
Memories.
starts looking good at 2 a.m. and he lasts about 30 seconds. That's what your title reigns remind me of, KOE.
Oh, well, the thing is, Tony,
all of that, and you still had to wear a mask.
Yeah!
Yeah.
but it was one of those like Luchador Rey Mysterio masks.
Yeah,
so
there you
All right, well,
it was
that's
a little
pretty
different.
cool.
I'll give that to you.
It was a little different, but
That's pretty
so,
cool.
yeah, me winning the Revolution Wrestling Podcast title, that's really the big headline this week. I mean,
No,
there's some other stuff
not.
that's been going on this week.
Well, there has been. There's a lot of stuff that we've missed in the news. Let's get to those first, and
All
All right.
and then we'll
we'll
get
see
back to me bragging
we'll
about
see.
my title.
yeah, we'll see where it takes us from there. Get this pulled up here. God damn it! I think
Enough.
yeah.
Enough
My-
about me. More
Yeah.
about me later.
No, this isn't the Canadian truckers. This is
What?
the American People's Convoy. Raised $850,000 in donations. It's an 8-mile long, nearly doubling its funds in one day as it continued a 11-day journey to DC to protest COVID mandates, even though U.S. is starting to roll them back. This is the next January 6th of our time. Get ready.
God.
They're already putting barriers up in front of the Capitol. Be warned. Look out. These mother truckers are coming to take over the government. Right?
Well, I'm terrified.
I was about to say, yeah, God knows. I mean, the truckers,
Yeah, that's
they're the ones we need to be
terrible.
worried. And like, Chicken, you used that bit of hyperbole there for a moment, but I don't
No,
think
not at
that's-
all.
No.
I don't think that is going to be considered hyperbole to a lot of news organizations. Like they're going to report goddamn, they were saying Joe Rogan was some sort of January 6th thing. Like they were saying Joe Rogan was January 6th. So, I forget what the fucking context even was, but
Oh yeah.
it
I've
was
come to realize there are
No,
so
him
many
using the
people-
N-word was like January.
Oh,
6th.
there we go.
Yeah,
There we
that's
go.
right.
But I was like, really? So just everything you don't like is January 6th now. It's like it's at this point to a lot on the left. You have to ask them, okay, is the January 6th in the room with us right now?
Where did the January 6th touch you?
Yes.
Show me on this
That's-
doll.
Yeah, that's really what the last 2 years have just revealed to me is just that there are so many people in this world, in this country specifically, that are quite literally too far gone at this point to ever come back to any sense of rationale or critical honest thinking. We're just going to start attributing everything to the worst possible thing ever because for some reason, being in fear makes us feel safe.
Shut up, Nazi.
Okay, come on. If you're going to call me a name, can you at least use one that's not going to get us booted off of one of the platforms?
There is
Allegedly.
no name. Tony,
Allegedly in Minecraft in a video game. God damn it, chicken.
Tony, there is no name anyone can call anyone without offending someone anymore. Sorry.
True.
I know, but that's a bad one. That's one of the bad
Tantui
N-words.
10 man, you brilliant. Phil KOE Trucker Convoy 2024.
Oh, wow.
Yep.
God,
Yeah.
I can imagine a bunch of KOE flags coming down the interstate.
I'm glad Justin is out of therapy and doing well from the January 6th riots.
Yeah.
Thanks, Justin, for sharing.
Yeah, I'm glad I've
very
seen a
stunning
shrink
and
over that
brave.
one too.
Yeah.
It was much needed.
So what do they really expect out of this? Like 8-mile long convoy with 850,000 in donations until that gets frozen.
I don't know. It's getting a lot of mixed reports. Some people are saying it's not 8 miles long, saying it's only like a dozen vehicles. It's all over the place. So it's one of those ones. Come March, what are they supposed to be in DC? March 5th is when they all are supposed to come together and meet in DC. So.
Right.
So here's a supposed picture of the convoy, but that kind of looks like an interstate, like just on a normal day.
I say, is this just like a web feed of the interstate?
Right.
Yeah, this is.
Like,
Is this like CNN taking like pictures of like people in body bags, but they're all paid actors?
Yeah, or those Middle Eastern videos where they did the crisis actors, paid them all a bunch of money and told them to go lay down the ground, act like they were dead, and they started taking video. That's happened a few times.
Here's the thing, like if there was ever a very well organized I'm an AA now thanks to Phil doing the show by himself
That is
once.
true.
You know, I mean I might resemble that remark. But if there was ever an actually well organized trucker revolt of any kind in this country, it would grind quite a bit of our nation. Like, if you think inflation is bad now, wait until the truckers are on strike and nothing can get anywhere. And like, I was even listening to some truckers at truck stop, and they were talking about how, you know, how this could actually work. And they rattled off about 6 intersections in the United States that pretty much connect the entire country together.
Yeah.
And if they were to get about 100 trucks to just block those 6 intersections off, that's pretty much the whole country's been ground to a screeching halt. So you wouldn't even need 100 trucks to bring the whole country to a screeching halt. And that's a sobering thought.
And another nice side effect of that would be, trafficking would really take a hit there.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, wow. I mean, drugs wouldn't be going anywhere. People would be kicking the back open of a lot of trucks, and people just be running out because they've been sitting there for too long. So,
you know what I'm really excited about? Most out of everything out of this, the thing I'm most excited about, I can't wait to see how horrifying this is going to be for AOC, who I'm sure is going to get stuck in traffic somewhere in the middle of this thing.
No, the thing is,
she's going to be threatened.
Well, no.
I was just sitting there, and my mom's
hang on, guys. He's going to be having a hard time figuring out if the semis are trying to attack or date her.
Yes.
Both.
Yes.
Both.
Like,
Phil.
yeah. So
all of
them. That's the problem. Is like, so that's.
Remember that movie, Maximum Overdrive with Emilio Estevez?
Yep.
It was that like horror movie where all the trucks come alive and run around and start killing everybody, and the one's got the big clown face on the front of it.
Yeah,
that's all I can picture. Is that's what she's thinking she's going through. And one of those, she's like, "Oh no, where's Emilio?"
And the honking started, and I knew immediately.
Now the problem is, I suspect this trucking convoy is going to lose steam before too long, not because its cause isn't just, not because the people there are devout to it, not for any other reason other than World War III breaking out kind of took the steam out of this and every other story's sales. Drink, folks.
That, and I love these pictures are obvious propaganda pictures. Like, you know why you see a whole bunch of trucks on a line? Because it went from a 2-lane to a construction where they're like bringing everything down, like, and Traffic had to slow down.
I like how these pictures are intended to like be scary or threatening, but like this is just what we see on the reg. Like,
Yeah, every day. If you drive
nothing.
in Nebraska on the interstate, like the only thing you're thinking when you see pictures like that is eastbound and down, loaded up and trucking. We gonna do what they say can't be done.
Here you go. Here's
that's all you
people on a bridge. Jesus is our Lord over Gallup. I'm betting this has nothing to do with truckers.
Yeah,
This
is
was
probably
probably-
just Kansas. Like this is like these are
Yeah.
just Kansans.
Yeah, this is a.
It's
Oh wait,
Kansas.
the trucker rally's coming through. Sweet. Like no, this is just like what we do in Kansas on every Thursday. We just.
There you go. There you go. Three guys up on a stage giving a speech. Look how many media are there.
Holy shit!
It's like,
I no, this will not stand. I am literally shaking right now. Fuck.
they all want to date me.
They all would have
All the semis.
Oh, look out
They
for that
all
fucking
swiped
Subaru
left
in the
on my
middle of the.
Tinder.
Look out for this fucking Subaru coming to get you.
God.
Mayfair
Holy
Hyundai and
shit.
Subaru, where they have Hyundais and Subarus.
Oh my god. Oh,
Oh my
Jeremy
God.
sent something.
Oh,
I think he sent 40 stars, is what it said.
All right.
So social,
Social.
we'll take
we'll
it away.
social to that.
So yeah, this is a whole lot of nothing. I don't think this is going anywhere because what few mandates are out there, they're really not doing anything to truckers here. Really, like they're not forcing every trucker to get a vaccine.
Now,
anymore.
I just want to point out that in the major English-speaking Western nations, the United States was the only one to not have a major sweeping mandate.
Wait a minute.
I wonder why that is.
Yeah.
Tony, are you as confused as I am on the left
I'm looking
side?
at these pictures and I'm like, this is just
is
the
just
view
normal
from the
people
interstate.
This is just people driving.
Yeah,
This
why
is
are people flipping out? Like,
Sometimes
just
there's
traffic.
a flag. Sometimes people put flags on their vehicles. Like
Anybody
that's a
who's
thing.
not anybody who is not near a major interstate, like that lives in a metropolitan area, who never has to go to the interstate, because I'm telling you, go to your Snapchat right now, open the map, and just click on the middle of Nebraska. You're gonna see these pictures regularly. This is not scary. This is not threatening. This is just traffic. I can understand how that's confusing if you actually watch network news to get your media coverage, but no, this is not threatening.
Did you go through Brendan's comments there?
I did. He's got camo on, and that
Yeah,
means
I did.
he's-
I don't want to rehash them, but that was gold.
That is gold. That's absolute gold.
well done, well done. But yeah,
So-
now, what I was getting at is we don't have a
Exactly.
sweeping mandate here in the United States, but there was one in Australia, the United Kingdom, and also Canada. What was the major difference? I would contend, again, folks, no proof. Thank God we never had to go to the true laboratory of this theory, but I contend the Second Amendment is one of the reasons why we never went to hard mandates nationwide here in the country.
I happen to concur. I am gonna freak out though. Can you imagine being one of these like the people reporting on this and taking these pictures though? They're like,
fuck.
oh my god, an American flag! Take a picture, get a video.
Oh.
It's the trucker convoy. They're gonna kill us all.
Well,
Like,
we've already pushed the narrative that anybody who hoists an American flag is a racist. So obviously that's not a very hard thing to
It's-
create into thin air, is that
fucking-
a truck driving down the road with a flag is probably going to just murder you, right?
Oh yeah, the people reporting on this when they
I'm
see
really
this, all
scared
they
still.
see is just y'all kinda like that. That's
Yeah.
what it's how they perceive it.
Yeah.
It's just like they
just
they-
looking at Phil's background gets me triggered.
Yeah,
well, good as it should.
as it should.
Oh wait,
Let's cringy
Tony's got a
American
flag in his
flag.
background.
Oh, and
Ah!
when I'm on panels and they get really
So
fucking
what?
pissed off about it, I'm like, you know what? I'm sorry that my flag offends you. I'm about to give my flag a kiss here.
Just
I
do the
love Old Glory. Sorry.
do the Donald Trump and just like get one that it's draped and you can hug it. Oh,
God,
that'd
yeah.
piss so
Thank
many
God,
people
you're
off.
right. I need one. I could just hug randomly throughout the show, just like I love America so much. Like
You should have like a mannequin-sized Statue of Liberty just standing next to you.
Yeah.
It's like, or a mannequin-sized Statue of Liberty with like my face on it, like even better. Just like
We
Nice.
can make that happen. I mean,
Yeah, we
that'd be
can.
amazing.
we'll drop
I'm
that at
just
a
saying.
new gas station. Like, yeah, this is the new advertisement. See if we can get that to go at the same gas station.
Yes,
3 months
yes.
I'm down. I'm
Hey,
down.
This is the new advertisement. I don't
That's
know.
what we're gonna raise funds for in March. Then
Extreme Liberty, I guess. I don't know. It's a new drink coming out or something. I don't know. I
It's gonna
just
be
work
tight,
it.
y'all.
So the trucker convoy, that's a thing.
it's
not.
it's. I think it's kind of a Johnny come lately thing. Like it was like it had good spirits and then we haven't seen any news on what happened to the Canadians. Like I know they arrested a bunch of them.
Just
and-
down the memory hole.
Yeah, it's down the memory hole because what else is going on? Trudeau's going, I'm gonna do some sanctions just like everybody else, and that's the only news you see out of Canada now. So it's like,
Yeah, they cracked down
All
on the
forgotten.
protesters pretty hard. Now, it was really sad to see Canada go full fucking authoritarian. Now they
Yeah.
did this. I forget if it was the G8 or the G20 a couple of years ago. It was one of those big meeting of the major nations in Canada, and they turned. I forget if it was Toronto or Ottawa. They basically turned it into a fucking police state, and it was really sad to see. It's like if you have to spend these many billions to do these kinds of meetings, and you have to turn your entire city into a goddamn police state, and it's just such a huge security risk, then do these fucking meetings on like a fucking aircraft carrier or a battleship destroyer somewhere out in the middle of the ocean.
do them in the middle of South Dakota.
Yeah.
Like,
God, yeah. Yeah, just some town of like 2,000 people in South Dakota. They'd probably love to have you. They'd be like,
they probably
"Oh,
wouldn't even
yeah."
know who you are. They'd be like, oh, look
Yeah.
at these guys in fancy suits over here.
Yeah, I mean they ordered the chicken fried steaks, each of
They
them.
spent a lot of money, eh?
They tipped
Yeah.
me $5 a piece. That's nice. Like, yeah, they'd never forget you, and they'd think you're awesome. Then they'd turn on CNN and see, wait, so that guy runs Belarus, huh? He tipped me $8.
Where's Belarus?
Yeah, I don't know. Are you inviting them to Nebraska?
No.
Who are we inviting? The truckers?
Canadian truckers, right?
Oh,
I thought we were
God.
talking about G20.
Oh well.
Oh, yeah, no, we don't want, no. Keep your scummy cabal fucking Illuminati lizard hands far away.
You know,
from
we'd
Nebraska.
invite more people to Nebraska, but obviously it's the interstates are going to be completely cut off.
Yeah, these truckers obviously are taking
Yeah.
over the country. So
Yeah.
Yeah, we're going to have no access points in Nebraska. There's no way to get here other than the interstate. We're just flyover country. Remember, you can't land a plane here.
what
Yeah.
are all those lines down there? Remember
All we
Kyle
have are horse
Kalinske?
and buggies. I don't know what else to do.
When Kyle Kalinske flew over, he was like, "What
Yeah.
are all those lines down there? I don't understand this."
Tim Pool bought
Those
like
are people's
20% of the
lives, Kyle.
farmland
Hard for you
here.
to understand. But yeah, well, so yes, the trucker convoy is a thingish. But now
Sure it is.
the reason why it's
or it's just, idle Tuesday traffic, but whatever.
yeah, I mean, really, more or less, it's a little extra.
Like,
But
oh, hey, there's a truck.
But I feel like there's
Yeah.
a reason that's starting to peter out.
Racist!
Now, I think this would be a good time. Oh, God.
This
damn
is
it.
gonna be like the new Hail
Yeah, oh,
Hitler,
God.
like this, like just doing this.
Yeah, like this. If you see people like pulling
Yeah.
their trucker thing, doing the AOK symbol, yes, yes,
Oh my
it's the
God.
best,
God damn
the
it,
best
Sal, you're
semi-trucking.
right.
So,
Yep.
Oh my god. Yeah, if you go down the interstate moving forward after this week and you try to get a trucker to honk their horn, any cars next to you that are from like California, just throwing that one out there, they're literally going to think that you are
What?
doing a hate symbol.
Yeah. It's gonna be it's a hate crime now.
Oh my god, we are on the cutting edge of figuring out their fucking quirks
societal
before they
evolution.
The
do.
sad part is that's probably gonna be a
It's
thing.
100% true. We know it is.
Yeah.
Well, hang on. I'm
Russians
gonna.
must be hacking Phil's internet. He's choppy tonight.
I'm
God
going to refresh here so you can get fresh, clean Phil here in a moment. But
Fa-
I've got
fantastic.
I've got a nuclear take for Russia once we get there.
Okay, it'll be a bit.
Here's
Cheers. Oh, he said it. That means I gotta make another drink. I'm gonna go with a black and tan. There we go. You know, I don't think I brought it. Oh, I'll put it though. Son of a bitch.
Yes, I got to mute Phil for free.
Yeah, I know. Way to go, man.
That is a
Let
steal.
me get the next story pulled up while we're waiting on Phil to get back.
If you dare.
Me to find something to open this fucking thing with. All right. Are you ready? This is breaking news today. This just came out that probably very few people heard. What to know about God damn it. I got to figure out how to pronounce her name. Ketanji? Katani? Katana?
I didn't know that's how we were going to lead into this one.
Neither did I, but I was like, oh shit, I never read this out loud.
I think it's Katanye.
Katanye. So she's like a Kanye, but with a J. Anyway, your future Supreme Court justice has been nominated. And we'll move forward. This is Biden. So, it was I did get to listen to the call on the news. The president always calls whoever they're going to nominate and say, you're the one I picked and we're going to put you forward. And she was super excited. And it was like one of those, it's one of those heartwarming moments if it's real and it's not staged, which they probably were, but whatever. Hey, cool. If it was real, it's real. And that's a cool moment for her. No matter where your politics lie and how, like, we'll get into the ridiculousness of just the pick itself. But if she's qualified, cool. If she passes the muster, cool. We all know what the pick was, but doesn't mean she's not good. It's just we've been picking power over race, or picking powerful positions because of people's race, which is kind of cringy. Just hopefully she's qualified and hopefully everything's fine that passes through. You'll never forget that she was picked because of her skin color, which will kind of have like an asterisk, in my opinion.
That's the thing. It's not like it was just people out there saying, well, he's just going to pick a woman, or he's going to pick a black person, or a person of color, or he's going to pick a person of color that's a woman. Like, that wasn't just people saying it out of like spite from the right. There were people on the left demanding that he pick a female or a person
after they
of color
demanded it.
Yeah, that's what like a lot of people forget. Biden was gonna barely eke out a victory in South Carolina until he made he said, I will pick a black woman for the Supreme Court. And then he walked away with the South Carolina primary, especially with black voters. And that was when the decision was made to rally behind Biden. And so this is now, again, I might not personally have really preferred the way he went about choosing, but you kind of, all right, I got to give the devil his due. Broken watch is right twice a week. He did follow through on a campaign promise.
That's true.
I guess so.
He said on the campaign trail he's going to do this, and now here he's doing it. It's kind of rare. You can talk about if he was backed into it, whatever. Now, here's the thing. Judge Jackson, from everything I have gathered and everything that I've read, I don't agree with her politics and her positions, but seemingly a fairly competent justice. So if we were in any normal world, she would sail through with at least 70 to 80 votes.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
We're in a partisan world where that's probably not going to be the case. Now, this is just some strategy. There's nothing the Republicans can do to stop this nomination. There's nothing. So kicking your feet, dragging your feet, and basically looking petulant along the way isn't going to help, because in the end she will still be confirmed.
Yeah, and
hang on, Phil.
And along the way, their objections, they will be able to say, well, look at how racist they are. They're opposing her just because she is a black woman.
Phil,
the strategic the strategic thing to do is, sadly, on procedural grounds, like, you ask the hard questions, see what you make of her, see if there's something ridiculously bad. But otherwise, I think at least 5 to 10 Republicans should probably end up breaking rank and voting for her to confirm. That'll go a long ways in doing a lot of healing in these Supreme Court nomination processes.
I just want to know.
1,000 stars just coming in from Jeremy.
I just want to know.
What are they for, Jeremy?
Where like where's Mitch at right now? Because he's got to be coming in somewhere going, well, you can't really be pushing through a Supreme Court nominee during these troubling times overseas.
I mean, we're at war, and we're just a small 3 years away from another presidential election.
Only 3 years.
And we're a few months away from the midterms. So, now, 5.
Yes.
But no, I have no doubt.
Dalton, no, we don't want Phil to know. He'll pick him to win the Super Bowl next year.
He still might, God damn it. He'll run in like fucking cash it. Wait a minute. It's Tom Brady with his fucking Money in the Bank briefcase. My God, he showed up to the Super Bowl. He's cashing in, folks. He's cashing in. Yes, that could still fucking happen.
He just tackled Patrick Mahomes and
You
put
get
on
enough-
his helmet.
You get enough Super Bowl rings, they give you a Money in the Bank briefcase. So
he's got a better shot of winning it than all of us combined. So
I mean, well, that's true.
There is that, but this shot here, Jeremy, you rapscallion, but also to Tom Brady retirement. God bless you. You did some amazing things. You caught balls that were in amazing angles, regardless of their state of inflation. You were always able to catch them. God damn it, Tom Brady.
That's not how it works. He threw them.
Hey,
he threw the balls, Phil.
Okay, no, whatever. He threw the balls, no matter their state of inflation. Fuck you. Fuck off.
Feels like, God damn it, I trolled myself.
I was like, oh, wait. Oh, so that's how it works. Fuck off.
Phil revealing his vast knowledge of football.
This is great.
Quarterback catches the balls, right?
Fuck you. Fuck all of you. God damn it. I'm the one taking the fucking gin shot, so fuck you. The quarterback catches the ball. Fuck you. I'm the one shot.
We choose truth over facts.
Yeah.
That was pain.
Oh, that was amazing. That was one of the best things I've ever seen.
Oh.
Thank you.
Yeah, the gin's really affecting him these days. Yes.
Well, yes.
Yeah. Corroding his mind.
What's on his mind?
Gin.
Yeah. He threw the ball to the goalie to score in the last minute of the period, right, Phil?
No, Brendan, you'll like this. I did this one
Shaquille
time.
O'Neal.
I made Chicken and Tony just like cringe at once because like my vast knowledge of football. I was like, oh no, I remember in the 90s when Tom Osborne took the Huskers all the way to the Super Bowl and he personally won the game himself with a mighty strike of his football bat. And they're just like, Phil, please stop. This hurts my soul. And it's like, so yeah. So
at least that time it was satire.
Yeah.
Yeah, I meant to do that.
Found out tonight Tom Brady's a great wide receiver.
It's kind of like that when that wine bottle or that champagne bottle popped. I'm like, yeah, I totally meant to do that. Yeah, totally. Yeah. Oh yeah, that was a real funny joke. I totally meant to do there, guys. Totally.
Will the United States be as emotionally affected after this Russian invasion of Ukraine as they were when Kobe died? We'll get there. We're going over the news you missed.
Sadly, that's a good question.
It is.
Yeah,
it is a good question. We will get back to that one.
Oh, yes.
So anyway, Supreme Court Justice nominee.
How old is she?
Phil, do you know how to pronounce her first name?
Jackson.
Could Okay, Jackson. Sorry, Miss Jackson.
Ooh, I am for real.
So yeah, we'll see what happens with this. But yeah, Phil, you're right.
Get confirmed.
She'll get confirmed. Phil, you're absolutely right, because if when it comes to how does the GOP respond to it, you'll have a couple that know it's going to get passed and nobody will care if they vote for or against. and might take the opportunity to say, well, see, I was the one that was against Biden every step of the way. And then most others will probably just be like, yeah, for good favor later on down the road, I'm just going to say, hey, let's push this one through. Tang. So is that Tangy or Tangy?
I think it's Tangy.
I like Tangy.
Well, regardless,
but yeah, no, Phil, I think what they do. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm still baffled. No, I think the GOP, most of them are just going to say, hey, let's help push this one through. Let's act like we're in an age of let's all get along and play nice, because someday we're going to be in the same boat, and it'd make it a lot easier on us. And we can just go back and say,
put 2 in.
We can say,
right
hey,
before the term ended.
Yeah.
I mean, you kind of have to play nice this go around.
I mean, even Mitch is gonna be like,
Yeah.
all righty, we I guess we'll play nicely on this one. Not that it really fucking affects anything, but let's be frank. If Mitch had one more vote in the Senate, though, Breyer wouldn't be retiring.
no.
He would not. But now here's the thing that I predicted months ago, and now it has come true. And like, rarely has a political prediction so prophetically come true. Now, it wasn't really a hard one. It's not like I'm not gonna break my arm fucking patting myself on the back on this one, but it was
Just a sprain.
yeah, just a light sprain. Like, but what I said is, all right, if you get a Supreme Court opening, you're gonna hate me when you see it. But all those lefties and all those liberals who are talking all that shit on Kyrsten Sinema and Joe Manchin, how they're fucking Satan incarnate, how they're the worst people that ever fucking were, how, oh my God, they're in league with Satan himself, Osama bin Laden, and every other fucking bad human that there ever was, because they're not passing every piece of ultra lefty legislation. Suddenly, overnight, the two of them, St. Peter's best friend. Tony, it was a miraculous WrestleMania 13 heel to face turn. Fucking suddenly, Joe Manchin went from the worst heel to the most glorious, pristine baby face you ever seen. And yes, have you heard even one ill word about Sinema or Manchin ever since Breyer's announced his retirement?
That's true. Manchin's name hasn't come up a lot recently.
No, because they know they need his vote.
Yeah, strange.
And
Strange.
Very
all right.
We got a run in, guys.
Yeah, we do. I didn't even know Jeremy had an invite.
He snuck in the back door.
In
the doggy door, he came in.
We've got a stowaway on the show, folks. Hey!
What's up, big guy? We can't hear you.
Yep, and like every good podcast stowaway, audio issues. Yes.
Somebody always fucks up their mic. Yeah,
I know.
every time.
There we go.
I gotta keep it muted sometimes.
Well,
right
how
on.
we doing there, good sir?
Doing pretty good. How we doing, fellas? Sorry, I had to give you that extra Jen shot because I know how much you love Jen.
Yeah.
Oh, well, since you're here, Jeremy,
Jeremy's up for the board now too.
Come on.
Face to face, Jeremy, I can now tell you,
hey,
from the bottom of my heart, fuck you and the horse you rode in on.
You know what? I'm not a big fan of gin either. So if I do get some points, I do have a bottle of gin that was left here at my house.
You should donate that to Phil.
Hey, Tony, how about you shut your whore mouth? I'm
just saying.
God damn it. Like, you've seen how this gin affects my mind. Okay, it even made me temporarily confuse quarterback with receiver there. So
yeah,
because I totally know the difference. I totally know the difference, and it matters to me a lot.
Yeah,
I lost it once you started catching balls in the face in different directions, inflated or not. I was fucking crying.
I was so glad he was zoomed in on Phil when he said that, and you could just hear us reacting.
Yeah, it's perfect.
Yes. No, hey,
that might be the
Tom
TikTok
Brady
for tomorrow.
Care?
Yes.
Hey, Brendan,
yes!
You shut your mouth.
Yes!
Oh my God.
That's going to be at least like 10 to 15,000 stars.
I am. Phil, I'm going to bring you a fucking thing of almond milk tomorrow.
How about you suck my? Oh my God.
That's going to be about 10,000 stars, Phil.
We might have to increase the price because that's still too close to what people would actually want to pay to see me
Hey.
do it.
Catch it on the post show, folks. Phil is going to anyway. Just 10,000 stars, and we'll get there.
All right. Are we ready for the next story?
I feel like we are.
Okay. This is going to be
Unless you want to
gold.
try to butcher the name some more.
No, it's Jackson. We're just going with Jackson.
Oh,
Brandon. What?
I did actually do a White Russian one night with almond milk, and I think it's fair to say it was probably the greatest White Russian I've ever had in my life ever. And really, right now, if maybe they would implement some almond milk into their boozing, well, there wouldn't be any global conflict right now.
Brendan, no, actually, I heard the opposite. When Putin heard that they were fucking defiling White Russians with almond milk, he said, "All right, that's it. We're invading Ukraine. It's time."
Oh, is that what happened?
Yeah, pretty much. Like when he heard
It's
that,
all over almonds.
it was all over the almond milk.
All over
Yep.
almonds.
Yep.
The Russians
So-
try to take back the almond farms.
Jesus.
oh
Surprised
no!
no one's drinking any Ukraine
Oh
whiskey or
no!
something.
Not this
Well.
time! Oh no! The most tragic story of all the
Oh,
night.
no.
Oh no!
Oh no.
Chicken,
So if you-
I can't even. You have to read the headline. I can't.
Yeah, conservative pundits, social media
No.
pounce on Joy Behar's ruined Italy vacation plans.
No!
Yeah.
That just shows how entitled we are.
Not Joy Behar's.
Let's play it
Italian
first in
vacation.
case anybody at home hasn't seen this yet or heard it. Let me find my damn mouse again. Oh, what the hell? I think my mouse is dying. It's being stupid
Tony
shit.
just knows deep inside me. I'm just like cringing, like no.
Oh yeah, I can feel it from here. It's great.
Like it's just white hot. Like no, we don't own it. No.
Yeah, we'll play this strategically.
What I also thought about was the fact that estimates are 50,000 Ukrainians will be dead or wounded, and that this is going to start.
So they're talking obviously that oh shit, is there a war going on?
People are going to die. So
Yeah.
like this I don't know who this woman is, but she
Sunny something.
her concerns are actually legitimate. Hey, people might die here. We should be worried.
It's fun. We'll watch the rest of what she says. See, she's actually showing like I am really concerned about this situation, and then Joy Behar
Bringing
opens
all
her
that Hollywood
fucking mouth.
shit.
A humanitarian crisis, a refugee crisis in Europe. We're talking about 5 million people that are going to be displaced. I mean, it's
And that's the point, folks.
hear what
That's the
is
fucking
going to
plan.
All right, are you ready for this?
I
Yep.
don't know if I could possibly be any more ready.
Oh, this is so great. This is so great.
I'm scared of what's going to happen in Western Europe too.
Yeah.
You know, you plan a trip, you want to go there. I want to go to
for
Italy for
fuck's
4
sake.
years. I haven't been able to make it because of the pandemic, and now this. You know,
Oh
it's like,
no.
what's gonna happen there?
Ouch.
Oh no! God damn it! The
Ouch.
real casualty.
How is this cunt still allowed to be on television?
So
They shouldn't be able
Tony.
to news stuff.
Her
about that.
vacation is the real victim here. Okay? Like, how could you be so insensitive? I mean, sure, people are dying, there's shells flying,
Fuck
and
you.
people are terrified in their homes, but Joy Behar might have to delay her Italian vacation. Folks, Tony, I'm sorry. Guys, can we just have a moment of silence for Joy
I've already
Behar's
been
Italian
silent
vacation?
about this enough.
Okay, yeah, I think that's long enough.
That was-
Okay,
that
now
was-
moving on.
that was
like,
long enough.
Jesus.
So
Fuck.
I want to go
Makes me
back to
wanna
this because
take a
like
shot.
Exactly.
when I first watched this, like, you ever been around whether it was like a grandma or just a really old person that was about to say something horrifically racist?
You could feel it coming.
You could feel it coming. Like, that's the feeling I got with her before she said what she said. I was just like, oh my God, this crazy old bitch that's totally out of touch with the world is about to say something really fucking
He's gonna
stupid.
make it
And
about
she has no
herself.
clue
Yeah.
until she actually says it herself.
Yeah, she's just doing this. I'm so concerned about Western Europe. No, you're not.
Plan a trip. You want to go there? I want to go to Italy for 4 years. I haven't been able to make it because of the pandemic. And now this, it's like, what's gonna happen there?
What's gonna happen there? Yeah, let's make this about you.
When's my trip happening? Is what she's putting out there.
Oh.
Whoopi's sitting there going, "Woo! I'm off the hook, bitches!"
Oh, thank God! Thank God!
I'm not the most hated person on this anymore.
What do these twats have to say to get canceled? Like seriously,
how many years has this been going?
So goddamn bad. I hate this show.
That's the beauty of The View as a machine, as an entertainment empire, is you can have somebody say something incredibly controversial. They just get kicked off the show, and the show just keeps fucking rolling. And so
Yanked Up through this experience has learned how to type in some kind of. I'm guessing that's what they speak in Ukraine. Whatever that is.
Ukraine,
we find out Justin's real name is Yuri Grulukovich, and
no, it's some kind of Vlad.
Yeah, one of the drinking words tonight was actually his trigger word, and he's been activated.
He's a CIA asset, been activated.
He's gonna
or a KGB asset.
Yes.
Oh.
He is the spring soldier.
Man, shit.
The spring soldier. The spring when it's really good weather and the nice mid-afternoon.
It's not a metal arm. It's like mostly like recycled plastic.
Yeah, a little bit of sheet metal on the outside, like.
Just as good.
Yes, arm is fine.
Jesus Christ!
It's a plastico.
More environmentally friendly.
Yeah, Justin's in a Rocky movie all of a sudden.
Why is he always hit?
It's like there was this one. There's this one Russian athlete. She was some sort of figure skater, and she tested positive for some performance-enhancing drug. And she said, "Well, I took it. This happened to me because I was taking some of my grandpa's pills." And then the meme showed her grandpa, and it's Ivan Drago from fucking Rocky, like all hooked up. She's like, okay, yeah. Grandpa's Go pills. I'm sure they really helped.
Yeah, it turns out they're just Viagra, but.
Well, I was gonna say, did you swallow those, or were those inserted somewhere else?
So what fucking story are we talking about now? Jesus,
I don't remember actually.
We were talking about the View. How long has that show been going?
Since we were
actually shocked that it's still going.
When did it debut? Because it should have been canceled 2 weeks after that.
I'm gonna look it up.
To be fair, we're not exactly the audience.
That's true. But at this point, nobody should be the fucking audience. Because if you're so goddamn high and mighty and your narrative is so fucking twisted that you can actually get on TV and without hesitation say, this global conflict is going to further push back my Italian vacation.
Tony.
Fuck you.
1997. I mean, The View is
25 years in August.
Is almost as old as the RXW. Okay.
You know what's sad, Phil? You know what's sad?
I didn't think it was that old. Holy fuck.
Yeah.
You know what's really sad,
Old
Phil?
as fuck.
We thought the NWO was for life, but it turns out The View is.
Too sweet.
They both started at the same time, and The View has outlasted the fucking NWO. Like, this is a shameful day.
Tony, The View might outlast time itself, okay? Wow. Like, it's a fucking perfect business model. They sit in a half circle so that you, the visual viewer, feel like you're part of this group of people. You're just another member of the conversation, which is why it's so brilliantly beautiful in its visual setup and why it will go on forever.
I feel like you're giving it way too much credit.
Well, remember when Ozzy's...
It is the perfect show for the female audience. It just is.
So you remember when Ozzy's wife got fired? That wasn't from The View. I didn't even know there was 2 separate shows.
Yeah, The Talk. That was like
I didn't know
yeah,
The
yeah.
Talk was a different show. I thought it was
Yeah.
the
That
same
was-
thing.
That was like the AEW
Yeah.
to the Views, WWE. like if you're a really big fan of the fucking View and you're just obsessed with it, then you'll go watch The Talk afterwards.
Yeah.
But most folks never
It's like
watch.
it's like the NXT call-up system. Like, you're not ready for the View, so we're gonna put you on The Talk, and we're gonna see how you do on there. And when you really get your chops ready and you're ready to say, really stupid shit like, "Oh, my Italian vacation's just ruined," then we'll call you up to the View.
Now, when you get to
Fucking
the View,
bitch.
you can say that shit and not get in trouble. So.
Like I was gonna say, Joy Behar even got caught doing blackface, and she still didn't get canceled. So like Tony, you are right. Like what? Like maybe God, it just occurred to me. Maybe Joy Behar is actually the secret head of the Illuminati.
She's
She
secretly
just can't
the-
seem to get
she's
fucking
the
hits no matter
lizard.
what she does.
She's the lizard
She's
queen.
a lizard.
Yeah, yeah, the lizard queen.
Queen spelled with a capital C-U-N.
Let's get down to business.
Yeah.
All right, I'm
So-
sorry if we hit the C word quota for the night, but yeah, my bad. Chicken.
Now, I feel like we're kind of
Yeah.
dancing around because there's this main event we're wanting to get to.
No,
but
we're still not there.
I know.
This is
Definitely
this-
don't open with the big story everyone wants to hear
No,
about.
this
Chicken.
is
That
your
one.
co-main
Can't do
event
that.
because this is an amazing article. We're gonna have fun reading this one together, folks. I am so excited to bring this to you. I found this on another stream and I thought it was so funny. I thought we would have a really good time with it because it is so unfairly written and hilarious all at the same time, and it's got to do with guns. So what better topic to bring up? Here we go. So this is in reference to Remington just paid out $73 million to 5 families of the Sandy Hook shootings. So MSNBC posts this opinion article.
Oh God.
How gun makers bait insecure young men into buying weapons. Research shows that men whose manhood is undermined are more likely to express a desire to own guns. That's how
You
we
gotta be
open this
fucking
story.
kidding me.
Oh, yes.
This
Oh,
is coming.
yes.
This is coming from the people who test themselves and end up having what? I have low testosterone. What?
Yes,
But,
exactly.
like,
Well,
yeah,
we get
so-
to that. They do that in this.
But yeah, this has been like this weird angle where people who don't like guns try to psychologize people who do want to have guns, and it never really seems to land, but it seems to really more satisfy the people who just don't like guns. So it kind of self-assures them that they get to think they're right. That's really about
Brendan, no!
I need
Yes.
to buy a gun.
Yes, you do.
You'll shoot
All
your
right.
eye out.
Let's jump in here. Guns have deliberately advertised as an acceptable solution to fragile men's ills. By Liz Plank, MSNBC opinion columnist. I got to look her up on Twitter after this. It's been well established that companies that exploit gender stereotypes to prey on women's self-doubt are harmful to society. But the lawsuit filed by families of the victims of the 2012 Sandy Hook mass shooting against gun manufacturer Remington might help to show how men are just as vulnerable to damaging gender ideals. You see what she did there? She was like, sexism's bad when it's towards women, but it happens to men too. So you should care about this. And gun companies are bad. Like she's just
All
rolled that all up
inclusive.
into one gooey ball of bullshit. It's great.
Wow, that was so heartfelt. I almost shit.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now, yeah, go ahead.
I was just going to read on. You got something else?
Makes me want to go shoot.
I was just going to make a larger meta analysis about how very 2 different ways our Supreme Court could be swinging on 2 very big issues. Like, because think about this is what you always hear from folks on the left is I totally support the Second Amendment. I totally support the Second Amendment 100%. Absolutely. But if Hillary would have
Always I
won,
don't.
exactly. But if Hillary would have won in 2016 and the Supreme Court would be like fucking 7-2 liberal majority, and then the Supreme Court just said one day guns are outlawed, all those same leftists who were saying this whole time, oh, I support the Second Amendment, they would have gone, oh well, guns are illegal, LOL, and they wouldn't really care. And
Bill, she did win in 2016. She won the popular vote.
Yep, that contest that doesn't matter. Sorry, Tom.
Shut up, Tom.
But no, and what's kind of funny is, and it's not necessarily funny, but we're kind of like a lot of folks on the left are now worried that the Supreme Court's going to do the opposite thing on the abortion issue, where you've had conservatives for years saying, "Oh, moderate path on abortion, moderation, moderate path on abortion." Oh, the Supreme Court said abortions are illegal. Oh, well, LOL. And then that's just that's kind of how the Supreme Court's coming down. And now what's funny is if Hillary would have won, the very much opposite thing would have happened with guns on the gun issue. So this win here represents the only win that the gun control crowd can expect for a long time. Clarence Thomas is going to be hopefully writing a majority opinion on a Second Amendment case here in a couple of months, and God knows what jurisprudence on Second Amendment is going to look like in this country.
So we'll read on here. The Remington settlement marks the first time a gun maker has been held accountable for its products' role in mass murder in the U.S. gun companies that have been shielded from liability when the products are used in a crime, because the 2005 law called the Protection of Lawful Commerce in Arms Act. But some states are now using consumer protection as a way to hold gun makers' feet to the fire. New York passed a law last summer that classified irresponsible marketing of firearms as a nuisance, which could allow firearm corporate entities to be sued, and New Jersey could be the next state to follow suit. Whether that's all factual and accurate or not. So Remington is bankrupt. And so all of their assets are owned by somebody else, and they've been in litigation since 2012. How much you want to bet they were like, it's just cheaper to pay these $73 million and move on? Yeah. Because the people that own the assets of Remington don't give a shit about guns. They're trying to they're just trying to settle like all
it's a business.
They're trying to get it into the black.
So how many dollars did they settle for?
$73 million.
Okay. Well, guys, Remington.
That's 10 years of litigation.
Made a very calculated, and to be frank, if you're in this position, that's the calculation most people will take, is okay, I can either pay $73 million now and this all goes away, or this can go to court and there's the possibility of a judge invalidating the Protective and Lawful Commerce in Arms Act. And then the whole firearms industry is in quite a pickle. So they made.
You don't want to put. You don't want to put a judge in the position to have to choose dead kids over a gun and vice versa. Like, that's not a fun game to play as a company or just as a person or anything. This is probably a smarter move long term. Because like everybody knows, Sandy Hook was tragic. We all talked about like what should happen after that. But yeah,
let's be frank, folks. Any person, entity, corporation, or government, if given the choice of pay a fine and put it behind you or continue litigating, guess what you're going to pick?
Pay fine.
Yeah, just pay the fine, move on with your life. That's
sweep it under the rug.
But now it's funny, as Rusty Trombone was saying, give me my Remington, you bastards. And in reality, with their quality control the last few years, allegedly, winky face, they, I don't know, it's not even allegedly. They actually had to, in court, replace a bunch of triggers for Remington 700 rifles. That was really the beginning of the end. They had to go back and retrofit new triggers on all of their Remington 700s from date X to Y. I forget what they were. That was kind of when they lost their reputation in the firearms consumer market.
Yeah. Here's where the story starts getting funny, though. You ready for this?
Let's hear it.
No.
Here's what they used in court. Here's what they were trying to. The court case that they were using against Remington was all about their advertisement. I loved it. This is great. Consider your man card reissued. That's how 2012 ad from Remington read below an image of a Bushmaster AR-15. It was featured in Maxim. And remember Maxim?
Yep.
Remember
Boy.
PG-13.
That's a very old-fashioned sentence.
Yeah. A magazine whose readership is primarily made up of young, impressionable men. The semi-automatic rifle Remington was similar to the Bushmaster XM15 E2S rifle, which Adam Lanza used a few months later to mass murder 20 children and 6 educators at Sandy Hook. The ad was part of a Panopticon-esque marketing campaign targeting men and encouraging them to police one another's gendered performance. One of the ads in the campaign enlisted men to report peers for not being a man, in quotations, even to share other men's personal email addresses so that they can receive notices to revoke each other's man cards. Okay, I'm going to pause right there. Like, this is brilliant marketing. Like, bravo, Remington. Like, this is
until today when it cost them $70 million.
Well, no, that's not what cost them. That's just the case they were using, and they're thinking this is what won. This isn't what won. This is men banter. Like, this is me going, oh, hey Phil, yeah, you don't know how to play or you don't know how football's done. Yeah, is your pussy hurt? Like, it's just the banter. It's the banter men have.
I was about to say this would be a great way to market whiskey.
Yeah. Oh,
like, just do this. Like, if you
Lost
ain't
your man
got
card.
this whiskey, your fucking man card's revoked, bitch.
Okay.
Like,
if you're drinking that seltzer beer, you lost your man card. Fuck you.
Yeah, I mean, it's a
Sorry.
great way. Like by KOE whiskey, consider your man card reinstated. Like, yeah, it's brilliant. Fucking.
This is
Did your
slowly
wife have
turning
your
in-
balls? Well, not anymore. 150 proof Tony fucking G straight Kentucky rye, bitches.
Yep. This is slowly turning into one of the most
Regrow your
misogynistic
testicles
shows you've
overnight.
ever watched. Yeah.
Your wife won't be controlling your balls because your whiskey dick won't matter anyways. Tony G, 150 proof straight. Like, Jesus, that's.
This shit'll make you regrow 3 where there was only 2 before.
Jeremy, how's your man card standing? You're still muted, bud.
Apparently that bad.
It's standing pretty proud.
He was getting
pretty proud,
permission to speak.
right? Is it
That's
okay?
what it was. Raise your hand. No.
Yeah.
May I speak, dear? Yes, dear. Whatever you say, dear.
You precious.
All right, we'll read on. The Remington Company website featured a test for men to learn how manly they were by asking them to answer such questions as whether tofu was acceptable for a man to eat. No, it's not. Or figure skating for a man to watch.
Fuck eats tofu.
Yeah, I'll watch figure skating. What's wrong with that?
You're out of your
You just watch it because they wear tights.
Yeah, exactly.
The
It
guy.
described one proverbial user as unmanly because he avoids eye contact with tough-looking fifth graders. What? Wait, what?
Whoa, what?
Wait a minute.
Slam
Wait.
on the brakes.
Okay, user as unmanly because he avoids eye contact with tough-looking fifth grade. How many tough-looking fifth graders are out there?
Is this like the
That's
is
what
this
I
like
was
the
saying,
scene at
like-
the end of Step Brothers where they kick the shit at all the kids?
Like some Billy Madison shit.
Like,
But this is-
I'm
This is like one of those hard sells of something that doesn't exist, and if it does, it's so rare that it's easy to make fun of. Like
like, it really makes
Okay,
me wonder
what if-
more about the person who wrote this
those fifth
advertisement.
graders will fuck you up.
Like, it's one of those, like, yeah, I mean,
Especially
we all
the
know,
way
like,
they are now,
it happens
man.
to me at least once a week. I come walking to work, and the fifth graders, they beat the shit out of me. That happens to everybody here at the office, right? Right?
So
You don't
whoever
get
did
over
this
here.
article.
If you don't
male
get
or
over here
female,
and you don't
one
eat
of
that
them
white
has
dog
that
poop,
issue.
I'm gonna beat the shit out of you.
Yeah, a female wrote this, so this.
Okay, so her man must have went through this, and she's like, "It's the only way I could put it out." with
Yeah.
him
maybe.
knowing."
That's a good explanation. Like,
so she's
yeah,
like insecure
she's like-
for her boyfriend.
Yeah, she didn't want to
Her
like
boyfriend gets
mention
the
it in front of
shit beat
him.
out of
She's
him,
like,
so-
I'll put it in my blog, and
She's like,
maybe
my
he'll-
boyfriend got beat up by fifth graders.
Do you
Like,
remember? Do you remember the article about the guy?
yeah, no, Dalton's coming. Pull it up. Oh, Doyle rules.
Never seen that movie. That's stupid. Yeah, yeah, totally
Yeah.
stupid, Brett. Do you remember the article that the fucking just awful pussbag libtard dude wrote about? Well, I went to a firing range with an AR-15, and after rigorous training, they gave me the behemoth of a weapon, and I fired, and I felt the jarring bolts and the ammunition cycling through the gun, and I have post-traumatic stress disorder from just firing. And then they took that and they spliced it with like a 10-year-old girl at a shooting range firing the same exact gun. Well, how was that? Wasn't bad. Thought there'd be a lot more kick.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, that's the thing is a lot of people don't reckon, like when that guy put that out, he had no idea how much he pwned himself, because it was just like, really? Like it was like me talking about football, basically. Like it was that level of bad, because the UN will even
That's a perfect example.
Has even stated one of the problems that there's such a rise in child soldiers is the AK-47, the AK-74, and every variant of the M16 and M4 that's commonly available can be operated easily by children 9 years and older. So a 9-year-old can operate an AK-47. A 9-year-old can operate an M4 of whatever variant you want to pick.
But a 30-year-old, plus Californian gets PTSD from shooting it at a firing range.
God, I should have been a journalist. You know how cool it would have been like, I want to go to a firing range and tell you the experience of shooting all these different guns. And I'd just be like, as I put it up to my shoulder and I took aim and I go to cock it and then pull the trigger, my dick got so hard.
Like
my shoulder was knocked out of place on the first round.
Now, if you see a picture of that guy, I'd still believe it.
True.
Looking at him,
the
like
physical therapy that he had to go through after his experience,
Jesus
I'm sure.
Christ.
That's
Like,
somebody that would
what
feel
made
unmanly
him
because
go
they have to
do it,
avoid
though?
eye contact with tough-looking fifth graders.
The whole reason was to write an article that made people terrified of the weapon, because that was when we were pushing the narrative that the AR-15 was an assault rifle.
Yeah.
And it stuck and it worked. It was very effective. It did exactly what it was supposed to do.
To this
It
day,
made
when you
everybody
go to a
terrified of it.
gun shop, people still say, I want to buy an assault rifle.
Yep.
The branding stuck.
Chicken walks out of the range with the hard on. You fucking right.
No. He walks in with a hard on. He walks out with damp pants.
Yeah.
He's like walking around there like Ron Burgundy and Anchorman, like in that one scene, like, all right, so this is an AK-47. Oh my God.
I'm kind of a big deal.
Yeah, it's kind of a big deal. All right, let's read on. So it described proverbial user of unmanly because his eyes not making contact with fifth grader, slapping him with the fate of having his man card revoked. The not so subtle subtext was clear. Manhood is precarious, and the best way to hold on to it is to get a gun. So does the author get like how opposite she just made all of this? Like, did she just not
like
make people want to go buy a gun?
It was like back and forth with herself.
Like
She literally was just like, do you not feel like a man? They're telling you should just go buy a gun.
I do wonder, like in 2012, if any of the newspapers, the far lefty newspapers, were actually getting checks from like major gun manufacturers, because the way they were talking, the way they were talking, it was so funny. Like, oh my God, the evil AR-15 capable of firing bullets thousands of yards can kill people in seconds. One mere person can just go John Wick on a whole fucking area. So definitely don't buy one, because it's far too powerful for you kids to definitely have. And we're going to take them away soon. So better run out and buy one quick before they go away. I mean, that was like brilliant fucking sales tactics. It's
Tony,
kind of like,
did you drop a test comment to make sure we didn't get kicked off YouTube?
Well, I commented with the account a few minutes ago and it never popped up.
Oh,
so
okay.
I think it was just a word that's not allowed to be put into comments.
Gotcha.
All right, so we're close to that line.
For example, I mean,
Let's
look
talk
at
more
the
about
fucking Christmas Story. I mean, don't buy a BB gun, you'll shoot your eye out. But hell, made me want to go buy a BB gun. Looking at that, how they how he talked about it, how it looked, and everything. So,
Well, many times when they and this is common, this is just a natural reaction to things that I think a lot of people do it on purpose. Anytime something's taboo, that makes you want it even more. That's just like
it's like
Cuban cigars.
You want to put a plus on it no matter what it is.
I mean, from everything I've heard, there's nothing that distinguishes Cuban cigars over Nicaraguan cigars. It's just like a difference between, do you prefer bourbon or Scotch? But it's that idea. It's the forbidden fruit. You want to get your hands on it. You want to try it sometime. And so that's, and gun owners.
Don't drink until you're 21.
Yeah. Well, is that human nature? Or is that American culture?
Well, I was just about to say, it's something unique about American gun owners is that they say, this is the gun that we don't want you to have. They say, well, now I want 2 of them.
Exactly.
Like
they're
Glock,
like, you can't have a 30-round magazine anymore. Be like, okay, I got 20 of them now.
Like, go back and watch Bruce Willis in the first Die Hard movie talk about a Glock, and it is the worst description of a gun that there's ever been that's not true at all.
Yeah.
Like there was like not even 2 words that he said that was true about, and he's coming with a Glock 7 pistol, and it can't be picked up by any of your metal detectors, and it costs more than you make in a month. None of that is true. It can be picked up at any metal detector. It costs about $70 to produce, and they just charge $400 so people don't think that it's a cheap gun. So like none of it was true, but that promo put the Glock over to the point where everybody had to get it.
How many people lost an eye because of a Red Ryder?
Exactly.
Right.
I think there's a real lawsuit here.
I think there's more eyeballs lost from kids shooting a Red Ryder than in
still
workplace.
Has the BB in his eye from one of those.
Oh, brutal.
Yeah, Tristan Webster.
Yeah.
Yeah, he still has
That's
one in
gonna
his
suck.
eye.
Yeah. All right.
Was it a golden BB? Is he golden eye?
The copperhead one.
That'd be cool.
Now I remember one time I was out with me and a buddy of mine. We'll just call him Endline for now. Damn it, no. But
that sounded horrible.
Tony and Chicken will really like this story. But his name was Endline. We'll leave him as Endline for now. And the 2 of us were out with BB guns. No, this isn't sensual.
This isn't sensual.
No,
is there an
at all.
action one? Is there an action one?
A little. But so we've got our BB guns and we're out and about, and I go up ahead, and Endline tells me, "Hey Phil, I think there's a wasp nest up there." And so I go about like 8-10 feet ahead, and then I feel like wham, just the worst stinging pain behind my ear. Ah, motherfucker. And then he goes, "Oh, I think a wasp must have got you." And it took me like 20 years to realize that motherfucker shot me in the back of the fucking ear, that little shit. Like, so it took me like 20 years.
Planted the seed,
and
it took you 20 years to figure it out.
Well, I was just sitting in the tractor thinking back to that day when they're like, wait a minute. That little fucker. Like, he had a BB gun right there in his hands. Like, that was like, "Oh, I think the wasp got you, Phil. You fucking piece of shit." Like, so, yeah.
I'm gonna have to remember that for when my kids really piss me off.
Oh, wasp got you, kids.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Damnedest thing.
Damnedest thing. All right, we're only halfway through this damn story. It's fucking 15 minutes on it already.
All right.
Jesus. Remington.
Well done, guys.
Yeah, I know. Good job. Remington unabashedly capitalized on unrealistic and regressive ideals of masculinity, where the intended effect seemed to be to humiliate men into arming themselves with combat weapons. And while it's a cruel tactic, it's an effective one, given the well-documented data showing the great way to get men interested in guns is to threaten their masculinity. Research, they do link to this. We might look at that if we have time. Shows that men whose manhood is undermined are more likely to express the desire to own guns. It makes sense when you look at the way guns are portrayed in our society as a quick getaway to membership in the alpha male club. And while there's a widespread myth that testosterone makes men want to buy or use guns, a growing body of research finds that it's the other way around. Men start producing more testosterone only once they're handed a gun. Again, they're selling guns. They're like, oh,
Yeah,
hey, you got
that's-
low,
oh,
you got
sir.
low T, you got low T. Go hold a gun. Your testosterone starts pumping as soon as you start holding the gun.
Your gun
Like-
not shooting good? Come shoot my gun.
Exactly.
Then your
Yeah,
gun might
yeah.
shoot better.
Hold my gun and yours will
God
shoot
bless
better.
this country. I love this country.
Okay, depending on like where you live, like okay, say you live in like a rural Nebraska, like we do, right? I can understand that there
Think for
may
yourself,
be a
bitch.
shut up, fucking Norwegian weirdo. Anyway,
Weirdo.
so I can
Call
understand.
me a weirdo.
I did. All right, I'm sorry
I
if
haven't
that's
been called
too
a weirdo
complex.
in like 20 years.
Well, you're in Iowa now, so I mean that. Yeah.
It is what it
Fits.
is.
Anyway, so I can
Iowa.
understand if you're in like a rural setting where guns are a very prevalent thing amongst the community and the standardized household, right? And you're just not really interested. And you go through school and high school and your friends are into guns, and maybe that setting there's a bit of a pressure. But generally speaking, is this really a fucking thing from state to state across the 50? Because I don't think it fucking is.
Tony, I feel like you're attacking my masculinity. I need to go buy a gun.
Well, I think Tony's
No, you don't. You need to buy another bottle of whiskey.
Pew pew.
Tony's touching on something that's happened to all of us when we've read
Let's
some
say, what are
news
you
article
drinking?
at one point or another where we go, literally none of that happened.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, Tony's kind of having
Yeah.
that moment right now.
It's all about
Yeah.
your imagination.
We were watching the Super Bowl, and my child stood up and said, "This is when rap was good." I was so proud. Things that didn't
I would've
happen
cried.
for 1200, Alex.
I do like those memes where they just totally make fun of it now. It's like,
There was
I'll never forget when my 2-year-old child stood up and said, "Father, the state of the world can only be solved through a better understanding of our economic outcomes and the ways that they tie us all together." I'm so proud of him. He always gets so
Yeah.
political when he drinks.
And pretty much after that whole fucking
Be right
halftime
back.
show, it was just nothing on Facebook. Like 90s, 80s era, like that was fucking awesome. Anything
Still
else
got
was
the-
like that was the dumbest thing ever. It's like I
I
think that was the better one out of the past 6.
I think it was the realization for a lot of people mid halftime show. We're watching this like, well, finally a fucking halftime show for us. It's not like it's the Rolling Stones, or a bunch of
Right.
old bands.
I mean, look,
No,
they've had
no,
it for
they
so
don't
many years.
know.
They've
Oh,
gotten all their
shit.
stuff.
Oh,
Oh
no.
shit.
Oh,
When
So
I
they
was in
don't-
high school watching those old people do halftime show. Oh
Yeah.
shit, I'm old people now.
Yeah, they
Oh.
just learned that the Super Bowl halftime show for fucking 50 years has been geared to, all right, get the people from 35 to 55, get them really happy,
Yeah.
throw in a little fucking gimme to the young kids to get somebody new over, and that's
Not
been the
long
show
ago,
forever.
Lady Gaga did it.
Well, yeah, and she was the gimme to the young kids, and there was probably some fucking like Aerosmith or fucking Creedence Clearwater Revival was there too, or some other shit. But no, Tony, you see, in our crazy ass world, I've
Put
yeah,
Nickelback on there next year.
they're coming. They're coming.
Nickelback not done a Super Bowl halftime show, god damn it.
Heroes
Come on,
that
start this
save us,
petition. We are
not
starting this
gonna
petition
stand
now.
here and wait.
Then says
Well-
Metallica next year or we riot. No, Nickelback and
Fuck
Creed
off.
next year.
Jesus.
Or we riot.
Like, I
Special
mean,
appearance by fucking
no,
Yeah.
Tony, you see, because of the way that our world is now,
everyone
I've
could
decided
sing
the
along
most
with that.
logical step is I am actually going to open an impeachment inquiry into the Super Bowl halftime show. We're gonna get to the bottom of this. We're gonna impeach we're gonna get documents from Dre, we're gonna get documents from Snoop, we're gonna get documents from Fitty, and they're all gonna have to come testify. So yes, we're impeaching
They're all written
the
on
Super Bowl
zigzag.
halftime show because that's just what we do now. We impeach everything, and so yes, that's
I like how
that's-
Pepsi just dropped out. Like, yeah, we're done after
we're
that.
done. Yeah.
Yep. Nah, that's it. We're done.
Yeah.
Fuck this. It's enough.
Well,
this is enough.
Did Eminem kneel anyways?
No,
I didn't
no,
watch.
no.
The thing
What
was-
he knelt. about was not because of BLM or it was mid song. It was during what Tupac's.
Yeah, it was.
piano.
It was. He was kneeling for fucking Tupac, and everyone
Yeah.
was like,
So, so
You
he
know,
took
far
the-
be it from the media to spin
So-
a fucking
so
So he
pretty
took
much-
the slippery way out. So it's like
Yeah.
I still kneel, but you could also say it was for Pac, which fuck, like Eminem, Eminem's acting like, oh, Tupac was my granddaddy. Oh, Tupac. Oh, he was such a big like, what the fuck?
Is that real? Does this okay? Listen, every time this motherfucker says, "Hey, I'll be right back. I gotta go smoke," and he bumps off screen, and then all of a sudden this shit comes on the comment section.
Tony Chug.
I can't see it because he's off the street. Hang on, let me see. See, I don't see Joe Biden on his camera.
Still got love for the streets.
I mean, God damn it!
Oh yeah, there's 500 on there. Yep.
Oh no,
Damn it.
Tony, better get
And
to
I
that.
fucked up
Ziggy-
and I made the first one free. Ah, man.
God.
Tony,
damn.
maybe just open the tab and drink it rather
Phil,
than
you
using
don't
that.
know what, Phil, I am not.
And you
taking funny
threw
advice.
the thing
Guy
off
who
to
just
your
knows
right.
Tom Brady
Hey,
throws the
let
ball.
him devour his metal shavings. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm trying to
I
become
mean,
Wolverine over here.
yeah, you threw it off to your right.
I'm
Steve.
tired of my nails just coming out. I want some metal to come
Now,
out.
like, I'm wondering what was while Tony gets that open. I'm wondering, like, what was the utility of inventing this? Was dear opening company, I can't get beer in me. I need beer in me faster. And so we invented this thing that just cuts the whole fucking top off the can, so you can get beer in you faster. Faster.
I'll tell you what. When I was in high school and I discovered the funnel and tube, that was a game changer.
Oh boy.
Lots of fun and interesting times were had once I discovered the beer bong. There were several iterations of beer bong. I had to go to second beer bong so we could have races. It was just it changed my life. I don't know if it was for the better. And fuck you, chicken.
The way you talked about the funnel and tube, it sounded like an old poet of yore. Yes, when I picked up the pen and quill. Like,
So Tony, you didn't see the Joe Biden?
No, because you're
There he
jelly as
is.
fuck.
There he is, just for you,
What kind of shape do
Dick.
you wear?
Dick.
like, yeah, what a great thing. You need an extra tool to dig the fucking metal piece out. Like,
I
it's
know.
like-
This is a
Like,
Perfect.
It should have a magnet on it.
Right? That's true. Good idea.
Oh wait. Never mind.
no. This is a
Aluminum.
great idea.
now
Maybe
let's-
Draft Top 2 will have a magnet. Oh,
Well-
no. I don't have a funnel, or I would. I'd totally do it, but I don't have a
No.
funnel.
What, Chug?
See
I'd say
that on
that's at least-
locals.
The
That's at
only
least-
time I ever seen that was
that's a
like a clip
20,000.
of John Cena doing it, and it sprayed out of his
Oh my
ass
God.
everywhere on
I
someone.
never watched that movie. I just watched that
I never
scene.
did, but I seen
I
that
watched
scene, and
it.
I was like,
They do the
I was like,
butt chuck.
I was like,
And then
no
the-
way
when
that
the
shit's
cops
real.
come.
Like, but yeah, people actually fucking do it. I was like, oh my fucking God.
Steve-O did it in Jackass 2.
Oh yeah,
or
he
3,
did, huh? Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
I gotta
right.
say, John
He
Cena's
was like, "Sorry,
Peacemaker-
He
Dad,
said
I
it was
gotta
the
do this
weirdest
one."
feeling ever. That's right.
All right, Tony, you ready? I
Born
got-
ready.
I got that
Bitch.
Yingling black and tan. Whenever you want to do a review of that,
We do need to do a full-on review of that, yes.
you left
All right.
that here. So
But I am chugging another Yingling Golden Pilsner.
Ziggy
This is
Zaggy,
a really
Ziggy
nice
Zaggy.
one. It's very drinkable, very crisp, very smooth. This is not heavy by any means, and I rather enjoy this one. So cheers, folks.
Ziggy Zaggy. Now, God, could you imagine if only like beer cans had a mechanism on the top of them that could help you get the beer
Phil.
out of it?
Phil,
See,
are we really
God,
going to have
that's
to
what-
have a talk about scientists and discussions of how the mechanics of fucking liquid and air flow work? Because listen, if you just open the tab, the beer does not come out of the can as easily. That's why we have the
Yeah.
concept of shotgunning, where you crack
Faster.
the tab.
It's like buying
Phil.
the new gas jugs and trying to pour
I'm well
into
aware-
something,
Tony,
and it's
Jeremy
like,
gets it. Jeremy
that.
gets it.
I'm
It's like,
aware
yeah,
of the
fucking
concept
stab a
of
hole in that
airflow,
bitch.
T.
We're getting full pour.
I'm well aware of this concept. I'm just saying it's like, okay, I need to get the beer in me faster. It's like
This
there's a way to.
is Stephen asking,
I got this
What's up?
one yet.
Hey.
I'm still waiting to get cold.
Actually, it's a good
Nice.
question. I don't see on this
Made in
cam where it
Oregon.
says.
Send a review.
My Leinenkugel is 5.1. I had one Oktoberfest left, so
Ja,
This
Oktoberfest.
it's only a few months old.
That's actually
Found
a good question. Now I'm curious. This does
World
not
War
say.
III is breaking out again. Why does no one want to ally with Germany?
Yes,
This
and the
one
black and
is
tan Yingling
nine.
are fucking awesome.
This is 9%.
Ooh, what are you drinking?
Man, that's like a
Whiskey
Trappist ale,
butt
yo.
porter. That stuff's actually pretty good.
Ooh.
I've had that.
Yes. It's dark beer.
That's
It's
why
it's from Oregon.
Okay, I'm in.
It's
You had me at butt.
it's aged in whiskey
You had me
barrel.
at dark.
Mhm.
Why does no one want to play with Germany? Oh God.
Should we get into the
My Venus nipples,
topic
yeah.
du jour?
The main event.
the main
Whatever-
event.
What everybody's been waiting for, and that is
It is
Phil
bitter.
KOE has recaptured the Revolutionary Wrestling
Loose
Podcast.
juice.
Oh wait, what?
Which has sparked potential World War III.
I'm going to
Possibly.
solve the global conflicts right now, folks, with a push of a button. There.
Ah, Tony, do you realize the chaos and tumult you sent the world in there?
that was some
People were
internet
without-
jujitsu he just played on you.
People were without Phil KOE for a few seconds, and they didn't know what to do with their lives.
For a
I mean,
moment
Tony,
there,
that
Putin
was-
was like, I should just call this whole thing off. And then you came back on screen and full force.
Oh no! Whenever he sees me and he sees this beautiful old glory behind me, he's like, "God, should I even bother? I mean, maybe I should just turn the reins over to Phil KOE." And yes, you should. You
Oh,
totally
God.
should.
Totally should. Okay, so I'm gonna give as fast and brief, like if you don't know what the fuck is going on in this area of the world, I'm gonna try to do this in like 2 minutes or less, explain why the tensions are the way they are. If you haven't watched any of the news, this will catch you up for the most part. You don't have to watch a 30-minute to an hour CNN broadcast to
Just
figure
come
out
to Big
that.
Bucket
Don't watch
Empire for your
CNN.
news.
Yeah.
Don't
We're
watch
just-
MSNBC. Don't watch Fox. Don't watch ABC because
Don't
they
waste your
protect pedophiles. Watch Big Bucket
And it's all
Empire.
propaganda anyway.
Yeah, it's
so-
all propaganda bullshit.
Okay.
All
Did
So
you guys see about the heavyweight champion?
yeah, we'll get to
Yes.
that.
All right,
All right.
chicken, go.
So here you go. Here's the map. Here is pre-Cold War, before 1991, are all of these. These are your NATO countries. NATO is important to know. After the Cold War, Estonia, Latvia, all of these join NATO as well. NATO has a Article 5, which means you attack one, you attack us all. That's really important to know. Ukraine, Belarus are not included in that. Then you move on down to this map. See Crimea. Remember when Russia attacked Ukraine in 2014 and we did nothing about it? That was this one, this little island here. Russia took that over. Most people in Crimea were okay with it. Now you got this little section, which was contested here in the last like month or so. Now there's all kinds of weird shit that happens over here. Most of these people are mostly Russian, and a lot of them are okay with going to Russia. And then that's what caused all the rhetoric and everything. So anyway, caused all the tensions. Now you see this map of like where Russia's got bases that they've just popped up. All the diamond ones are new ones that have just come up in the last year. All the squares are where their permanent bases are. So you can see since the last year, they've been positioning themselves all around Ukraine. So this is no surprise that they
She was
going to go after Ukraine. And then this is NATO troops and their placement. None of that matters. Anyway, so now you know the basics of the situation.
Why did Ukraine have to place their country so close to our bases?
Mhm.
Right.
So after the Cold War, well, actually before the Cold War, after World War II and up to the end of the Cold War, Russia was pretty much just like, hey, NATO, don't get too close to our borders. That's not comfortable for us when you have this Article 5 agreement in there. And we keep moving closer and closer to Russia, which has been pissing Russia off for a lot of years. So when you hear somebody saying Russia has, some legitimate arguments to what they're doing in Ukraine. That's kind of where the basis of that comes from. There's a lot of extra shit that goes in with that, but that's kind of the basis. So technically, NATO may have been, or in U.S. may have been slightly provoking some of this behavior, a little bit, over several years. So yeah, that's kind of some of the background story. And then of course, Ukraine wanted to join NATO and they talked about it and they wouldn't flat out fuck. Here's the thing. Here's the thing that just really just bothers me. If we did not want any of this to happen, Ukraine and NATO weren't going to be a thing. We all know it. They knew it. Except for Russia. Russia's like, I don't fucking trust you guys. You keep doing this shit. And they were like, well, not at this time. They wouldn't just flat out say, no, we're not going to bring Ukraine in. If they would have just said that, there's a chance. Yeah, it could have happened still, but there's a chance none of this could have happened. If they would have just been like, yeah, we're not going to do it anymore. We don't care. Fuck it. Nope. And so Ukraine's been this weird pawn in this whole, like, how do we get Russia to do something inexcusable in the world's eyes? And then if you've been watching any of the news, seeing the articles, it is propaganda like you wouldn't fucking believe. Holy shit. Like, not only the fake news fucking people have been practicing over the Trump era. Holy fuck. It is like a whole new cycle of goddamn propaganda like I have never seen before. This shit is amazing. Maybe that's where we start. Phil, on a grade of A+ to an F, what do you give corporate media right now on propaganda and honestly, really what this is persuasion?
I was about to say, in terms of patriotism, it is sublime. In terms of speechcraft, it is well put together. In terms of its truth value, that has yet to be seen. That's the big problem here. Is we're in the state of, whenever any conflict starts, we're not really quite sure what's going on. But I mean, we're in a very odd point. Like you said, like Trump kind of broke us. And this was something I was going to get to a little later, but I'm going to go ahead and just say it now. It just kind of feels like Trump would have handled this better because he's in.
Yes.
Thank you, I guess. But it just feels like Trump would have handled this better because these are the kind of problems that he's equipped for. He's much better equipped just in terms of his skill stack. Biden is not well equipped for this moment. And when people are saying, well, he could have done this under Trump, he didn't. And he did it for a very specific reason. And that reason is whatever a man can do is what a man will do. And Putin now knows, because of our weak-willed leadership, that he can now get away with a lot more. He could get away with more that he couldn't get away with the day before. And for people who are saying that, he could have done it under Trump, he actually probably would have been better off in terms of his media coverage to do it under Trump. You would have had the Jim Acostas of the world and the MSNBCs of the world actually taking Putin's fucking side if it was under Trump. One moment, T, one moment. But what you have to realize then is, with a completely complicit and completely sympathetic media, Putin waited until there was a weak-willed president that would not give him pushback, because that is the question. Where does the pushback come? Eventually, there will have to be a boot on the ground and there will have to be a blockade set up somewhere. And if that doesn't happen, then the biggest question that what will Putin do from there? Whatever he can. T, to you, sir.
Phil, I hear what you're saying, but I don't know. I think there's a connection problem, because I feel like what you meant to say was this is all Trump's fault. He groomed this for 4 years. He basically has been telling Putin to go ahead and invade them, and he's commended Putin for the amazing job that he's doing on this invasion, and Trump is basically causing all of this. Like, is that what you're saying? Because I feel like that's what you were supposed to be saying.
No, that's what people whose minds are infected with TDS would hear. If you're infected with Trump derangement syndrome, that's how
Okay.
you're gonna hear
Oh,
that.
thank you for
But-
clarifying. I
Yes.
was confused because
Yes,
that's what I was hearing was that this is totally Trump's fault, and he fucked this up for 4 years so badly that as soon as he was out of office for a year, that's when the world went to shit, and it's all Trump's fault, and it's his buddy Putin and all of his Russian
real
assets.
buddy.
He stole the 2016 election, but the 2020 election was totally
Fuck
like it's all Trump's fault.
Phil, I'm gonna blame you for this because you got me started to listen to Scott Adams a lot more. In the other day on his live stream, it was fucking hilarious. He goes, "So we keep hearing about this long COVID," and then I watched the news and I'm like, "Wow, this is long TDS." Like, like, people have like terminal TDS. It's just not going away.
It just can't. Yeah, it's got long lasting effects. Like it's burned bits and but
It's like
no,
the dude ain't even around anymore, and it's still causing
I
all
like
the world's problems.
I like the Stephen King tweet.
That's what it was in
great
reference to.
mistake.
That's what he was calling
he's
out.
no
Yeah.
longer dealing with Trump.
Yeah, everybody
That
roasted
didn't age
fucking
well.
Stephen King for that. That was
Now,
so bad.
Like
keep
that
in mind-
didn't age well as soon as he hit send.
Yeah.
Putin waited to invade. Putin waited to invade until the guy who said, "I'm the guy Putin doesn't want to deal with," was in office. So yeah, like I just like it's one of those. This is another moment where I say every day that Biden is in office, Trump looks that much better every day.
Yeah.
And so like
think.
now this is the fascinating thing is normally a sitting president gets a few points bump in the polls when a war starts.
No, he went
But
down another
this
point,
isn't-
didn't he?
Well, yes, but this isn't really necessarily our war. But you could make the argument that we started it. You really could if you wanted
Yeah.
to make that argument.
In a way, we did.
But it's kind of like in any relationship where people start to fight. It takes two to tango. To pretend that one side is completely innocent and the other side is this like sullied, debauched, like that's just the way it always works. Like I'm sorry, in any relationship, it takes two to tango. And so this is just another instance where the U.S. did some
she didn't want
naughties.
anal, so I had
Russia.
to beat her ass.
That's
one way to look at it.
The forbidden tango. Okay.
Saying.
Or
But
did
it
you
doesn't
want to
always
look at
take
it?
you to tango.
Let's head back to Dalton's original question. I said we'd follow up to it. Here it is. Will the United States be as emotionally affected after this Russian invasion of Ukraine as they were when Kobe died? I
No.
say no.
Not at first.
No. Not ever.
Not at
No.
first.
Like if there's a nuclear exchange, maybe.
I don't think it'll have to be nuclear.
Okay,
but yeah,
so-
not at first.
Right.
No, okay, so let's talk about that. When's that? Because you're right. That's when the emotional investment will have to take place. Because there's never been a time where we have had boots on the ground in an actual conflict between two superpowers that have heavy nuclear arms like Russia does and the US does. And nobody wants to do that. Nobody's ever wanted to do that. We've always done it through proxy wars, right?
Yeah.
We'll always, hey, let's give Ukraine all these guns and all this money because we know Russia's coming. Let's see if Ukraine can fuck with Russia.
Right. It's a
If
gamble.
if the propaganda or maybe all the shit we're hearing on the news is real, sounds like maybe Ukraine's giving them a little bit of a run for their money. I think a lot of it's propaganda. They're probably getting smashed in a lot of instances, but
I mean, Ukraine's military isn't that far from the
no, it's mostly like people like in the streets, just like
But
it's
I know.
Anyway,
I know.
anyway.
Between us and
Armed
Russia,
citizens that are now being backed by the people who said common citizens of America don't need AR-15s.
We'll get to that too. Jesus. Let's stay on point here. The reason this whole subject is not going to be as big as Kobe is because we will never have boots on the ground shooting at another nuclear armed power as long as we can help it.
Yeah.
Right.
We never want to do that. Ever since we've had nuclear power, powered countries that could, just totally obliterate entire cities, we have never had that type of action. Until we have that action, nobody's going to care as much as they do about Kobe.
I know when. I know when people are going to start caring as much. It's when the internet starts to become scarce. If at any point the internet or social media access becomes slightly less accessible for whatever reason, because we're on some sort of lockdown or some of the power grid
I could
goes
see
down
that
for any
happening, though.
fucking reason,
It
as
is
soon
in
as
some
the
countries.
internet goes down at any point for any reason concerning global conflict,
Y'all hear Kobe?
that's when people will start to take it seriously.
Now, Tony, unfortunately, I'm of the belief that so long as they keep YouTube, Facebook, and Amazon up, you could pretty much do whatever the fuck you want with the
I'd be
internet.
happy
and
they
80
keep Pornhub
and
up,
80% of the people aren't.
Wow.
gonna care.
Away. Don't
Yeah,
take
they
that away.
now that's the problem.
I mean,
Take
I
away
like,
porn.
Most of the
I
internet
like
is
looking
porn.
at my Ukraine women.
Take away porn, sports, and
I
shopping.
think-
Yeah, this world goes to shit.
I don't know if this is true or not, but before we went live, I thought
That's
I
the
saw something
circuses and
on
bread and
on
circuses.
Facebook or somewhere about
Oh, that.
Russian access to Pornhub was being denied in support of Ukraine. I don't know if that's true or not.
You know-
I just
Hold
You
on.
know,
saw
there's a
something
lot of
about
other
that.
sites that are probably actually run by Russians. So
Well, that's what I'm saying. So there you go. When general amenities that we have come to become accustomed to, when inconveniences start to happen that people rely on, like your Ubers and your YouTube and your.
So does that mean
fuck-
Pornhub's
So-
going to refund all the Russians?
Nobody's
So does
paying
that-
for
so
does that
Pornhub.
mean that guy that does the Russian guy? He does all the guns and stuff.
Yeah.
I wonder how well his videos are going to turn out now.
Well, he ain't
They'll
been
be more
making
popular in the search results.
FPS Russia has not been making videos for a while. He actually got
Oh.
convicted of a felony, ended up having to go to prison for a little while. So
Oh,
he ended up
yeah,
having
I
to
had
sell
no
his
clue
gun
on that.
collection. So that's why he hasn't been making gun videos lately.
I wasn't going to put that one on screen, Chicken, but you went ahead and did it. All right.
Well, no, it's
It's possible now.
It is.
Yeah.
40
Can I have
72 hours.
Poland?
This sounded like insanity. If you would have said this, Russia's going to invade Poland. Now we're in a different world. And like I said this
True.
just the other night, or actually last night on KOE Nation on that stream, which you can find on YouTube and Twitch. But I said, if we have some iteration of East and West Berlin again, then Biden will go down as the worst president in American history by far.
Yeah.
Worse than Polk, worse than Fillmore, worse than Buchanan, worse than Pierce.
Well, it's time
now-
somebody upseated them.
Now, Tiberius D, when he came onto the show last night, made a great
Somebody's selling
point that
better.
he thinks it's not going to be Berlin again. He thinks that even Putin's not going to go all the way to fucking
No.
East Berlin again, but he is going to go to the Baltic states. So it's like the 90s all over again. We got the Cold War raging and we've got the Baltic states going to war. And he
Okay,
thinks
okay.
we're going to get some iteration of that Iron Curtain, that fucking East-West Berlin wall divide is going to fall somewhere in the Baltic states. And if we get some iteration of that anywhere in Europe, I will say with full confidence and with no hyperbole, Joe Biden will go down as the worst president in American history.
I was reading today that they war gamed if Russia tried to take the Baltic states, they could take all three of them in like 60 hours.
Makes
That's
sense.
probably being conservative.
Russia's actually being pretty subtle for what they're doing. I mean, they have
They've only
Why-
put one third of the troops they have at the border actually in on
Yeah,
this.
you
like
can't
they're-
go scorched earth this early.
and
Yeah.
like they have the like power to just completely wipe out their electronics and everything, but they have not done it.
well, if they do that, then they could be affecting a NATO country, and they could
Yeah,
consider that
true,
an act
true.
of war. If they,
Oh God,
yeah,
we truly are Americans, aren't we? Like, yeah, surely they invaded that country and such, but you know they're being really nice about it, and they haven't like knocked out the electronics.
I feel
stuff.
like we're,
I mean,
I
like,
feel
that's
like
just
we're
the
talking
American
about Kyle
perspective.
Rittenhouse all over again.
I know, right? Here,
It's
I got some funny shit here, real quick.
Hang on,
Um,
Phil.
do
I
you-
wanted to ask you a question, real quick, about like something that I think Tiberius was kind of gleaning towards last night on your stream. Is a lot of this just kind of Russia just being tired of not being considered one of the top superpowers?
Pretty much.
Let me get a good drinky here.
Because
Well-
I think that's a good point.
What I thought was really telling was it under Clinton that Putin was like, hey, how about you let me join NATO? And they're like, well, the whole point of NATO is to protect everybody from you. He goes, exactly. He's like, can I just be your friend and we just get rid of NATO?
Yeah, we've been joking about Russia being not a real superpower for how long now? Since
So like
the Cold War.
when I say most of what
I
you're
mean, fuck, we looked at China as more empowered.
Hang
than
on. Let me touch on this. T asked a pretty poignant question. There is a part of the Russian culture and Russian society that we here in the West don't quite understand, and that is that there was points during the formation of the Soviet Union and post World War II that, and Putin, he's an older man, he was a young boy when this happened. People were starving in the fucking streets and fucking dying. And then they formed a Soviet Union, and they formed the Iron Curtain, and they formed a greater bloc. And that was something that actually was seen as a good to the Soviet Union. And Putin himself even said in an interview years ago, and it was poignant, thinking back, that one of the great tragedies of the 20th century was the dissolution of the Soviet Union. He hated the idea of being a communist nation. He hated that idea. He was never a part of the whole socialist Marxist revolution, but he thought we don't have to be run as communists anymore, but we should maintain ourselves as a union. And so, fuck me. That could be anything though. So that's what that really boils down to is Putin. I think he's trying to blaze his name in the history books, and he's trying to reunite the Soviet Union as a part of his legacy. And it won't be called the Soviet Union.
It's not just a power play, though. I mean, but to be
this is
fair,
a cultural thing.
How long has he been in power?
Like, fuck, a while. Like,
it's been a long goddamn time. And to say that their global power has been questioned is a bit of an understatement. So I don't feel like this is just a power play trying to show strength, because I think there's really there's a real play here, a long-term play at hand. It's not just them trying to big dick their way back into being a superpower, but at the same time, there's a reputation on the line, I feel like.
Oh yeah, this is reputation, this is legacy, this is Putin's idea of putting himself in the history books. Putin was turned down and has plotted this with China, Russia. Putin wants land back, literally wants to become a legacy. So yeah, Dalton and I are kind of weirdly now, we're thinking sort of the same wavelength where, like, to me, I thought Putin was going to look at this purely from a cost benefit analysis, and that was going to be the end of it. And in the end, he would back off after he got some concessions.
Oh, I did a social from Steven.
Oh, I did not take into account the psychological aspect.
Brennan Roy, they promised Russia that they wouldn't bring certain countries into NATO. They lied, and now they're trying to put troops and missiles on their border. This is Russia's Cuba Missile Crisis, but instead of hiding under desks, they're attacking.
Yeah. That's one really good way of looking at it.
5 presidents Putin has been in power. He is 70. And
so what was it?
Steven did something.
What? Yeah, he sent the social.
Social. And Amanda asks, "What's a chicken shot?"
500 stars.
Yeah.
Well,
and
what
chicken will take a shot.
Well, now it's 1,000
of LTD.
Now it's 1,000.
Well, yeah, now it's 1,000 of LTD.
Get some TX, grab some TX blended for my shot tonight.
Okay.
I
thought you were going to get into that LTD.
No, I looked at it and then I put it right back down.
Bro.
Nice.
Right.
Woo! Why does chicken get to do a shot of something good? This is bullshit.
Well, because you kind of professed your love for gin.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
It's my number one. You
haven't released the LTD video yet.
Yeah. True.
Yeah, that one's actually not going to drop until next month. I've got it just spaced out. So
that's fine. You can postpone it. But
well, now it's dropping tomorrow.
Tonight.
Didn't God damn it, what was I gonna say? The whole like Putin wanting to join NATO thing, like in the propaganda we're seeing right now, like in the Putin speech that he gave, they only like clipped out all the weird shit he said about how he wants the Soviet Union to be back up, but they missed the part where he talked about how like most of this is Western aggression towards us, and we're responding in kind. And he goes on and on about a whole bunch of different things, but like he's really trying to explain himself in a bunch of that. But that all got cut out. Whether it should have been or not, I don't really give a shit. I don't think most Americans would have paid attention anyway because it's a different language. And you could have said he likes vanilla ice cream, and everybody would have been like, "Oh, Putin likes vanilla ice cream." Like nobody would have actually looked into any of that. But I don't know. Propaganda is kind of where I wanted to go with that because there's so much of it right now.
Lately, people have been fucking looking up YouTubes of Putin playing the piano.
Speaking of piano,
for some reason.
No. Speaking of piano, you guys are gonna love this.
Bring it back. Yeah, bring it back.
Zelensky, the president of Ukraine, he used to be a comedian. You know that he used to be like a Jon. He used to be like a Jon Stewart.
Host a show.
Yeah, he used to do like a Jon Stewart type show.
He picked a hell of a time to get into politics.
Yeah. So you know what his most most famous gig or joke was?
Being a president.
No, he played the piano with his dick. He played the piano with his dick for 5 minutes straight.
No.
What?
Yeah.
That qualifies you to be a leader of a nation.
Yep. I tell you what, though, this leader of men. No.
I think it's funny though, like in his comedian stuff, like how he like was being funny about being a president, or he played a role as a president.
Yeah,
holding these guns and stuff like a badass president. It's like,
I knew he was an asshole.
Your
when he
foot's
stole
in
the
your
Super
mouth
Bowl
now,
ring.
buddy.
The U.S. government picked him.
Well, yeah.
Well, I mean, after that amazing piano performance, they knew it was.
Yeah.
There's no way.
It was like Mozart with your penis. Like it's just, yeah.
Put your cock where your mouth is. Wait, what?
Put your cock where your mouth is.
So this Muppet is who's responsible for keeping Ukraine safe now, huh?
Right.
Wow,
So,
can't imagine why Putin fucking rolled over him.
At least
over a goddamn lunch break. What the fuck?
He's nutting up and fucking posting down. So I mean,
Well,
I give him that for being.
Again, that's propaganda. We don't know. We don't know if any of that's real. We don't know if he's actually still in the city or not. We don't know any of this.
That is true.
I mean,
he must have read that Maxim article. Yes.
God,
he's giving his people guns now. Yeah. You know, if he's giving his people guns, I love him.
No.
He might be more American than a lot of lefties in this country are if he's giving all of his people guns.
No shit.
Canada strong.
Canada strong.
Oh my God.
Honk honk.
So we've got some comedian Muppet that's in Ukraine that's now in way fucking over his head.
Yeah.
I mean, there's no way you can fucking say anything otherwise. It's like, I just fucking ran as a gag, man. What the fuck?
This is like if Al Franken somehow became the president.
Oh my God. I mean,
Dalton, what are these pictures you're sending me?
What?
Oh yeah, they're pretty funny.
You wish for a 12-inch penis, not a 12-inch pianist.
Yeah.
Wow.
So what is he sending you?
That's what I'm looking. What is this?
Just keep him off the screen. Jesus.
Hold on.
No, what? No. Oh God.
It's Dalton drinking in front of Putin.
Good God. What? No.
Do you really have a poster of Putin?
United forever in Soviet labor. Like,
let's see, what other one does he have?
A fortress secure. Like, I only remember little
bits. Is this
bits.
the same picture? You just put it in front of different flags?
Ukraine.
Okay, at what point is Putin gonna have spag on him?
Long live our Soviet.
He's just putting same picture in front of different flags.
He looks so angry.
Now, I'm curious, how many of you remember way back in the day, like early
boy a
90s?
drink that's more fucking
Oh,
enjoyable.
Jesus, man. Like,
Okay,
what the fuck?
all right.
Why do you have all this commie contraband in your house? I'm a little worried.
Why
here,
was this
man.
all ready to go?
You've been hanging out with Tom.
Oh,
The comrade.
The comrade.
He's reading Das Kapital.
He put in his poster in the bedroom.
Does any of this make you guys think of the movie Wolverines?
Yeah, I say. Oh
yeah.
my God, all over TikTok
Right?
today. Yeah, Wolverines.
Jesus.
Like, yeah, that's gonna be banned soon.
That was
Hate
actually
speech.
But written in
for
Ukraine.
a while. I didn't know the whole shit was going on with like Ukraine, and then when I heard of that shit, I was like, man, that makes me think of that fucking movie when the fucking
Now,
Russia came into
have you guys seen?
America.
It's really something to see just because of the politics involved in it. Have any of you guys seen the remake of Red Dawn, like the new one that came out a couple years ago, like 5-10 years ago?
I didn't watch it. No.
Because what's hilarious is the original they changed it to China was invading the United States, which made it seem a lot more realistic.
Except all of the actors were blatantly supposed to be Russian.
Well, the thing is, what
I
happened?
about bought that glass.
No, at the
Yeah.
last
Beautiful
minute
glass.
before
I know, I should've
release,
got it. I put
they
it down.
actually
Don't know why.
changed all the Chinese to North Koreans so as to not piss off the Chinese for when they did the theater
fuck.
release. And so when you're watching the movie, you're like, wait a minute. At what fucking point does North Korea get the drop or advantage on America? Like, what
Yeah,
the fuck
no
is this shit?
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's exactly what I'm talking about, Lynn. It's like, and so it was going to be the
Frick.
Chinese
Oh,
invading us,
no.
which makes sense.
Oh, no.
At least it's like there's a germ of truth there that you can believe, but that's like fucking North Korea, where everything's from 1950 fucking 9. Yeah, I don't think we need to worry about like
You
most of their
stupid
nukes
Team
probably don't even
America.
fucking work. Okay, so the
Stupid
idea-
Team America.
See,
Yeah,
this
so,
would be
like-
China's advantage to fucking jump in on fucking Russia.
Well, I mean, the Taliban and fucking
China's just laying
China
back,
are
seeing who
all
to
like,
team
hey,
up with.
Putin,
Right.
calm your shit down. Like, this is a little extreme. Let's not be hasty here. And it's all Trump's fault.
I think
Now, this
Putin's
is-
just taking advantage of the whole pandemic shit. He's like, oh, there's a pandemic going on. It's perfect time to just fucking take
I do
it."
love those memes. We're finally
You're
getting over
on
the
a week.
pandemic, and it shows like I saw another one where it was like a Simpsons one where it's like, finally we're getting over the pandemic, and here's Bart Simpson with a fucking chair running up behind somebody. He's like Putin.
It's like actually, my daughter showed me these new memes. They're called the Vladdy Daddy memes, where it's like people on the internet are like, "Vladdy Daddy, please don't go to war. This isn't you. Please, you're not yourself." And they're
It's,
acting like
it's like the daddy chill, but of
Yeah.
Russian descent.
yes, but
Yeah.
it's like people in a relationship. Like,
Daddy,
this isn't
no.
you. You're not yourself. Please, you don't mean what you're saying, Vladdy Daddy. And it's like, wow, this is a
That's
meme.
hilarious.
This is what the kids are doing now. And then one of them was Vladdy Daddy. Please don't go to war. I'll give you $5.
Speaking of members, so Dalton says not trying to member Barry, but remember when I said this was going to happen on the podcast a few weeks ago, and I got laughed at. No, I don't member. But
Can't
we can go back.
possibly remember Dalton.
Maybe he did say it. We can go back and
Yeah,
look at it. But speaking
probably-
of which, we're putting together our post-show best moments.
Oh,
God.
dear God.
Been
You are?
slacking. Oh well, no,
we
it's
sure about
it's not
that?
like it's not
I've
a
been
lot of, but it's
slacking on
behind a paywall and it's only exclusive to locals. And
true.
not only
Oh, thank
that,
God.
dropping a free 30-day trial. Just drop down into the comments
No,
there.
not free.
We
Oh,
are
no.
going to do the we didn't do one last year because Pornhub didn't give us the data.
Yeah.
But Pornhub dropped the data for 2020. We are going to break down
Yes.
the greatest porn of the pandemic.
Yes. Lynn,
Finally, we're going to do it.
Lynn, you've been waiting 2 years to do this again, and we missed out last year because of the pandemic. But Pornhub didn't do us wrong twice in a row. We're doing the porn review of 2021. And folks, the only way you're going to be able to see this raw, uncut, unfiltered, 100% unabashed footage is to be behind the paywall. How can you get behind the paywall? Do you see this fucking link under Jeremy and Phil here? This https://dogandchickenshow.locals.com/support/promo/capital big bucker.
Smash it.
That is your chance
Mhm.
at
It's
a
a gateway.
freebie. And there's
And-
no better thing than a freebie at a time of inflation, folks. This is the best deal of the week.
In the history
Free
of ever.
access
So for
to
It
a
is
fucking
worth it.
paywall.
It is
for a
worth it.
preview on it, I will drop the first one we did, which was fucking hilarious. I'll find the unedited
It's
version,
amazing.
drop it on there so you can see the 2019 Pornhub review, where we actually pull up and go through some of the greatest porn videos, including tentacle porn. Holy shit.
Oh, there's so much good stuff. So
that was like my favorite moment. Yeah, Dalton's like, I never signed a release. Yeah, as soon as you jump in there, it says it's recording and you didn't leave, so it's your problem, not mine. You're well aware of what's going on.
Should read the small print.
All right, should we wrap this bitch up? Any other thoughts?
No, we keep it going for a little bit. We got viewers right now, so if anybody has any fun,
we got 8 viewers.
Yeah, we actually
got 8 viewers on Facebook right now.
Well, I mean, folks, the most important thing you need to do is like, share, subscribe right here, Big Bucket Empire on YouTube and Facebook. Also, check out Big Bucket Entertainment on Twitch. Also, head on over to KOE Nation on YouTube, Twitch, and TikTok. That is KOE Nation, YouTube, Twitch, and TikTok. Also, check out this guy up here, Tony the Rod 2.0 on TikTok. It's the place to be. One of the fastest growing pages on social media right now. Tony the Rod 2.0 on TikTok. And Jeremy, do you have anywhere on social media, or am I just going to shill KOE Nation one more time?
Yeah, I don't think people come to watch a shill.
Well, folks, KOE Nation on YouTube.
Jesus fucking Christ. Stop it, Phil.
I'm talking about Chicken Hub. Right. Now that they put down Pornhub in Russia, like, is there just like, well, there's Pornhub is no longer available, but we have Yuri Hub, which is just Yuri banging different chicks. I mean, it's not as
could be.
It's not as good.
It's not as good. No, dude, there's plenty of alternatives
right now.
Plenty.
I pulled this up real quick. 7 hours ago from Twitchy.com, it says, it appears that the viral tweet claiming Pornhub is blocking viewers in Russia is not true. So this has been debunked by
more propaganda and fake news. Tony fell for it. Shame on you.
The great website Twitchy, whatever the fuck that is.
I was about to say, if Snopes said it was, like, I still wouldn't believe it. I'd say, oh, then there's no porn at all in Russia. Snopes says it's okay.
Snopes is like the bastion of truth, isn't it?
I'm at Snopes.
They're the bizarro world.
Pornhub block Russia. Let's just see what comes up. Now I got to know.
Thank God. I mean, I was about to say, Pornhub, I mean, let's not punish the Russian people for the actions of their government. I mean, come now. But now Yuri Hub is really taking a real fucking hit. We're like, dang it, I was hoping for so many more people to see Yuri, but no.
Yeah, that's where you're gonna see Vladimir Zelensky, the president of Ukraine. That's where he's gonna end up.
Oh my God!
Like, he'll be a big star.
It doesn't show any of that, but the top stories on Snopes right now. Watch Eiffel Tower lights up in the colors of the Ukrainian flag.
Oh my God.
Video does not show Russian and Ukrainian soldiers dancing together. It does not. Were clips of Tucker Carlson being aired on Russian TV?
Yes, they were.
Russia booted from Eurovision Song Contest over Ukraine. And video shows Russian tank crushing civilian car.
Dude, that was a wicked video.
That was.
Yeah,
and she's alive. She survived that shit.
Was it a guy or a girl?
It was
out of it.
I'll send you a video of like them actually trying to pry her out and shit. I got the full video of it, and yeah, they were trying to pry her out and stuff. Her legs were like pinned in.
I thought it was an old dude.
I don't know if it was a dude or a lady, but either way, it was like.
Yeah, I watched the video. I was like, "Holy fuck!"
Yeah,
lucky as shit, man.
Yeah, especially for sitting. That tank sat on her for a fucking good minute.
Sick.
I was like, fuck.
This is one of the reasons why I'm anti-war, folks, because the dogs of war have been let off the leash, and all that is going to cost is blood of the soft hides of the innocent. And so that's why I will speak against this or any other war, folks. So, but hopefully we'll have happier news to report.
I guess we can pull this one up. Battle for Ukrainian capital underway as explosion seen and heard in it's either Kyiv or Kiev. We haven't decided yet. But according to Zelensky, he's saying that this is the night we have to stand our ground. The fate of Ukraine is being decided right now in his latest video. So It's
I
like
sent it.
it's like fucking 5 a.m. there, isn't it? Like
Yeah.
4,
Yeah.
5,
Yeah.
maybe 6.
So prime bombing time, because you
Yeah.
want to
Yeah, because when I got off work,
you want
it
to
was
break
like
up your enemy's
nighttime there.
circadian rhythm. You want to attack and bomb.
Oh yeah, they've been
constantly
bombing
during
all
the night.
night in certain parts.
Well, I sent you guys on the messenger hours ago. There was a guy TikTok live streaming people just like in a community center doing the tornado drill with people just like walking around, and all you hear are fucking sirens going. And I bet if I click that link, that shit's probably still going.
Yeah. Well, and did you see the one where they're all trying to pile into the trains and you could hear gunshots in the background?
Yeah.
Oh,
People,
yeah.
people didn't know whether to like trample the train or run away. Like, yeah, a lot of confused people.
No, that's the thing. That's what pissed me off and disgusted me the most
Yep.
this entire week has been, it's not people genuinely being just worried, concerned, or disgusted by the global state of affairs. It's that just comfortability to fall right back in to the partisan narrative that they're used to pushing.
Oh, yeah.
As soon as the shit hit the
It was
fan,
awful.
people immediately fell back into the groove of, well, this isn't affecting me, so I can just crack my knuckles and dig back down deep into all those buzzword phrases, statements, and narratives that I've been pushing for the last 6 years anyway. And I can blame this on Trump, or I can talk about how Trump didn't get us into wars, or we can just go back and forth and play rock'em sock'em robots
didn't.
about how great fucking presidents are, or how terrible this other president is. And we're not
great.
really giving a flying fuck about the actual people involved. Yet, if you get on social media, hell, you get on TikTok, like I just said, you can watch an actual live feed of people cowering in fear because this shit really is truly actually happening. Nobody actually cares about that. It's about being right on the internet, and it's always been right about being on the internet.
And the main thing is, I don't think that helps, is that Ukraine has been going through like an up battle and down battle, like
sure,
since the beginning. I mean,
no,
they've been going through this situation for a long time, and it's like it's surreal, but a lot of people don't see it as surreal. But the ones that are there see it as it's fucking real.
I'm gonna put you guys kind of on the spot here, but I'm curious: is anybody on this panel like? And my expectation is the answer is gonna be no. But is there anybody on this panel that can articulate in 2 sentences or less what are America's actual interests in Ukraine?
We have none.
Just what, NATO? That's it.
No, not even.
Yeah, the fact that nobody can articulate one. Now, actually,
there's
can
very
articulate
little
it in 3 words.
materials.
There's in 3 words, I can actually articulate what our interests are.
Just certain metals.
Hunter Biden's paycheck. There you go. And I don't say that with any hyperbole because Ukraine is where the elites send their children to pilfer money from unscrupulous energy companies.
Yeah.
And what's funny is Putin just shut down banking, leaving Ukraine. And this happens the same day Biden shuts down banking to Russia. So Biden shuts down the banking of money that goes to Putin on the same day that Putin shuts down the banking of money that goes to Biden.
Circle
so
of
it's
life.
like, yeah, it is actually a circle of life. So now what's going to be funny is whether it's true or not, if Putin were to say, I've uncovered evidence of election interference or something in Ukraine of Joe Biden. Like if he says that, whether it's true or not, it's going to have the desired effect.
Jesus Christ.
Boy, that's
Hold
amazing.
on.
Oh my God.
Get the comment off the screen so you can see the bottom.
Oh my God, that's amazing.
Joe Biden addressing Russia. Rawr! And people wonder why he waited until Trump was out of office to do
I'm
this.
ready to take down those Ruskies. Let me at them.
That's another great thing. We get to dust off those old pejoratives like Ruskies. Like that's like nice.
I'll
nice.
get my P20 can opener. I'll be ready.
The Cold War II is going to be very disappointing for those war hogs.
Well, yanked because
like Joe Biden.
Oh God. Well,
here you go, Phil. You're gonna love this.
Uh-oh.
God damn it! Take the comment off there. I will do it. I will face Russia. You may have my sword. You may have my bow. You may have my axe. And they all just like, good luck.
Bye.
Have fun.
Have fun on your camping trip. I
Uh-huh.
wish I could go to Italy for vacation.
And hey,
I was on you.
well done. Well done.
Nice.
Now, here's the problem, though. Like Tony kind of pointed out the other night in our private chat, like all those guns we're giving to the Ukrainians now. So, how soon until those get turned on us eventually? Because that
Soon
seems to be
enough.
the
About
trend.
20 years. 20,
I was about to
22
say
years.
15 to
I-
20 seems to
I
be the
don't
average
know.
trend.
I
We
don't
arm
see
some group,
Ukraine
and then
coming
20
after
years
us.
later, those
Let's,
arms get turned against
Because
us.
what's her
Oh,
name?
they're going to
What's her
remember
name
that we
in
didn't
NATO?
save their ass.
She did nothing but appraise America. She's like, "Thank you, America, for how much you done to us." Like that's all she was doing. Like she was like really dragging us in to like make us like, "Oh, we really feel bad for you. We should help you more."
What's Dave Smith always say? You want to
can't
know who
remember.
America's gonna be fighting next? Look who we're funding now.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Whoever we're arming
Lynn,
now.
I'm sorry. This is a good idea. Lynn says send
Yes.
John Cena over dressed as Peacemaker. I'm sorry, that's a good idea. It's not a great idea. A great idea would be to send John Cena over dressed as John Cena
Nope.
because
We
They
need
can't
to
see
you
him.
can't see it.
Oh, I figured we'd send Arnold Schwarzenegger over there.
Yo.
There you go. Here's that,
Unfortunately, he
The
said
Terminator.
he's been like an 80% vegan diet for the last few years, so he's not the same Arnold.
This
Well,
one.
yeah, his body's probably tired of fucking protein.
So here's that
Much needs.
original Occupy Democrat says
Tired of
no
winning.
civilian needs an
No, what a
AR-15.
protein.
What?
Sorry.
No civilian, regardless of what mental gymnastics you do, you are a very special breed of stupid, says Occupy Democrats in 6/14/2016. Within the last 24 hours, breaking Ukraine's interior minister announces 10,000 automatic rifles being handed out to the civilians of, is it Kyiv or Kiev? As they prepare to fight tooth and nail to defend their homes and Putin's invasion. Retweet if you stand with the brave Ukrainian people.
Boy, life comes
God,
at the
I
past.
hate the woke left.
I love Defiant L's.
Now,
He is
I'm curious.
amazing.
Like, I made an argument earlier, and nobody really had any opposition to this notion. If this would have happened under Trump, I am convinced that Jim
Oh,
Acosta and the like would have actually taken Putin's side.
Oh dear God! If this happened before Trump, or if Trump had come out the victor, and this still happened as it's happening and unfolding now, the narrative that's happening would be so fucking far out of the realm of understanding and the realm of
All
just
is lost.
comprehensible.
Trump be like, you know what?
can't
It's their
imagine.
fight. Let it happen.
This is
Like-
uniquely bad under Trump's watch. World
I'm
War III.
imagining. Like
yeah.
that was the thing. Like we were joking about it earlier. The memes and whose take was worse. Oh, we can clearly, with 100% fact, say that objectively speaking, this would be so much worse under Donald Trump. That's not the point. And you can't say that with any fact.
Here's an example of, and we don't know if this story's true or not, but this is the type of propaganda shit. A lot of these stories in the past have turned out to be horribly, horribly not true, and actually turned into be demonstrably awful stories. So what we're seeing right now is this guy supposedly killed himself in order to take out this bridge to slow down the Russians. Historically, this type of story would get put out when his own government killed him in order to slow the Russians down, and they use him as like this hero and use this as propaganda that he did it to save us all. Now, I'm not saying that's what happened here. Maybe he did blow the bridge. Great. Maybe he is a hero.
But if he did,
But like there's so many of these stories right now that I'm like, there's not like,
oh yeah,
nobody knows for sure.
The
Like he
bridge
was
was-
all alone.
The bridge was
One
blown
bridge
right
is
after they
not
shot him.
Like, I just
stupidity goes
none of this
far.
makes
Allegedly.
sense. But people are sharing this shit and they're all like, stand with Ukraine. Yeah, this guy's a hero. But like, bro, I don't think so. I bet
it just
I bet
shows
it's-
stupidity.
I bet his government just fucking shot a missile at that bridge to blow it up, and he happened to be there, and they're like, oh fuck, let's make him a hero.
I look at it this way. He'd be like, oh, I'm gonna run to this bridge and blow it up, slow him down. Everyone's like, no, it's a dumb idea. And it was because one bridge is not gonna fucking slow Russia down.
Are
I'm
you
sorry.
saying this guy Leroy Jenkins this shit?
Yeah.
Well,
That's what
I
they're
think
claiming.
I want you to just
I
consider
think
something.
He
Just-
wanted to go out as a hero. And he
Well,
had
no,
nothing going in life. You never know.
Maybe not even
I mean,
necessarily
what's
that.
the
but this is
backstory of
something
it? Maybe
but I
he
just
was a
want you all to
loser and he
consider
made
this.
something for his life.
We will get there. But this is just something I want you to
It's
consider.
like, Jeremy, shut up and take your drink.
This is,
Jeremy keeps doing this. He's like,
I was
maybe
already,
it's this.
I was
Maybe
already
it's
talking
this.
about it.
well, maybe with this, it's like okay, but all right. But like there was a
All
really
right.
good
Free
movie.
paywall link, folks.
Yes, when I was a young little boy, I was watching a movie with my dad, and it was a war movie, and it was about the Vietnam War. And this group of soldiers comes up on one of their friends who went out to the woods for a little bit, and they come up on him, and he's dead, and he's got a heroin needle in his arm. He overdosed. And they're like, fuck, what the fuck? And, it's a very emotional scene. One of the soldiers crying. One of the other soldiers picks up an AK that's laying on the jungle floor, pulls the needle out of his arm, wings the body with some bullets from the AK, throws the AK down, pulls the dog tags, and says, give his mama a better story to tell back home.
Yep.
And so, like, there's a...
See, that's
shit like that happens
That's
at
where I
war,
was trying
and
to
that's
get
why
to.
sometimes you. Now, I'm not saying this person overdosed or anything, but I'm saying, but it could be a lot closer to what Chicken's saying, where there's something fucked up. So let's make a hero out of this kid rather than a mistake.
Or he could have done it just himself, though. I mean, he could have went out of
Is it
any
even
order
verified that this
of
guy
listening to
died or
anything.
that guy's real?
And they're like, well, this guy did something really stupid. Let's make it sound like he's a hero. Because
Tony,
he really
most of
thought
us-
one bridge was going to stop him. Let's
Most
make
of
it
us
sound
don't
good.
even have evidence that Joe Biden is
No.
real. So let's not draw the line at this dude.
I'm
Okay?
specifically asking, hang on, what is your IP? Says the government doing it. Oops, has more standing, LOL. No, I'm asking specifically because I saw earlier the picture of the quote-unquote CNN reporter that died during a mass shooting at a school or something on site, and then died again today in Ukraine because he was on the ground reporting.
Is that real?
Yeah, that one was real. I checked that.
I got to look that up. CNN reporter dies twice.
Yeah. Oh, well, multiple times, I'm sure. Probably more than twice.
I mean, if that honestly happened, I think
It's just a funny story. either
CNN
way.
is just.
I really don't give a shit if it's real or not. It's fun.
They
if
probably
that's
took,
the case-
to be fair, they probably took whoever made the meme probably Frankenstein.
Bernie
fucking shit
Gors
together.
is dead again.
That
Oh
sounds like the
my
name.
God.
This time killed by a
That's-
landmine in Ukraine. All right, let's do it.
Not
Let's
yet.
go
Yet.
there.
We're just rolling with the punches because we've got people watching.
Yank's like, I want to do the post show.
People are watching. We're trying to get subscribers. God damn it! And listen, folks, if you're new,
Yeah, hit that little fucking button.
hit like, share, subscribe, specifically on
Please.
YouTube because
All right, so
YouTube fucking hates us.
anyway, Bernie Gors is dead again. This time killed by a landmine in Ukraine.
Is it real?
This time.
Let's
No.
see.
As soon as they
Why
put
does he
this
have
time-
such bad luck? According to the internet, he's an American journalist, most likely the kind. It doesn't know how to keep his head down, but he's also the star behind the online gaming meme,
Jesus.
an internet hoax that has baby boomers on Facebook and Twitter questioning the legitimacy of mainstream media this week. After surviving the Taliban execution, CNN reporter Bernie Gross was back at the center of another war zone, but met with a similar fate.
Poor bastard.
So this guy's memetic. Okay, that's cool.
Yeah. But here's the thing.
So
Even if
has
oh,
it been
they-
concerned? Is he actually dead now or not?
No, that they don't get to this. This is another one of those fucking articles where they just repeat
just
a bunch of the
hook
same
it.
shit over and over.
It is.
They,
like you
they
said,
put
it's
the
mimetic.
reel out. You
Shit.
snag the hook.
Get
they
the
haven't reeled it in.
SCP Foundation on this. We got an anomaly. Guy keeps dying and popping
See,
back. Secure,
okay,
contain,
like-
protect.
This is basically the exact same thing. Like, okay, like today, my dad was sharing pictures of the real electoral college results. This is the polar opposite of that happens every time there's a conflict.
They
CNN reporter dies because of conflict.
They really don't address a whole lot in this.
He's Kenny McCormick. That's true. He's reincarnated. Rest in peace, Bernie Sanders. I mean, Gore.
Like, I almost wonder if this is like the simulation, just rehashing and recycling a bunch of programming. Bernie Gore died. No, he died again.
Check out this guy's comment. Edwin, some random dude comments. So sad to hear about this. Another life lost to the Biden administration. Sad.
Twice even.
It doesn't matter.
It's uniquely tragic because he killed him twice.
It doesn't matter if it's true. They just take a picture, they take a headline, and they spread it on social media, and people will spread it, and it will spread like wildfire. And it doesn't matter if it's true. It doesn't matter because people are going to believe it either way.
Well, do you believe mainstream media?
No, and neither should any thinking, intelligent person.
I believe.
Do you believe in life after love?
I believe I can lie.
Oh my God, they killed Bernie, you bastards. All right, I think we can wrap it up.
All right, yes, we are almost 2.5 hours in. Folks, one more time, if you missed it earlier, we are dead fucking serious about this. This is the paywall, wraparound, easy access,
good
free
stuff coming.
Ticket.
March 1st, I'm going to start dropping some too hot for YouTube shit.
Spicy.
Oh,
the spiciest.
Well, if that's the case, Tony, chicken, as I'm known to say around here, folks, all that being said, thank you for joining us this evening for Yes, Thank You, Yanked. Thank you for joining us this evening, and get that beautiful Big Buckin' link back up there, folks. Thank you for joining us here at Big Buckin' Empire here on YouTube, here on Facebook. Also, be sure to join us, Big Buckin' Entertainment, on Twitch. I am the devilishly handsome outlaw himself, your king of extreme, Phil KOE, the man of the hour, the man with the power, the man that makes the other podcast cower. You can find me at KOE Nation on YouTube, KOE Nation on Twitch, KOE Nation on TikTok. That is K as in king, O as in oh my God. You can find KOE Nation on YouTube, Twitch, and TikTok. E is in extremely happy to know you can find KOE Nation on YouTube, Twitch, and TikTok, folks. Very on brand. But the most important link, this is free. I told Chicken not to do it. How could you do it? This is too much of a value. It's too much. You're giving too much away for free. This is like free WrestleMania, folks. dogandchickenshow.locals.com/support-promo-big buckin' in big letter, folks. That is the place. Big Bucker. Fucking fuck you, motherfucker. Big Bucker. Yes, there we go. That's even better. Big Bucker, folks. Now, folks,
you're a towel.
This has been an amazing show with some amazing people, and I hope to find you back here at the Dog and Chicken Show on Big Buckin' Empire. Happy, healthy, much the wiser, and back here next week. Raise a glass to yourselves. Find us here, Big Buckin' Empire on YouTube and Facebook, KOE Nation on YouTube and Twitch, and Tony the Rod 2.0 on TikTok, and Linktree-Big Buckin' for all of this amazing content, folks. Thank you for being here. Awesome. Thank you for joining us. Tony, Chicken, take it away.
Go ahead.
So down below, post show, I believe Tony's already updated the link. Jeremy, how did you get the link to this show?
I gave it to him.
Okay. I was like, I hope you didn't put the post show link.
No, don't.
As the regular show. So
what do you think I am, a fucking amateur?
Just making sure. Anyway, jump over to Linktree for post show link. I already have it pulled up on my laptop here, so I'll be logging into that here shortly. We'll talk some shit and have some more drinks together and chill out the rest of the night. Be safe. No matter what you think about China, Ukraine, Russia, and what's going on in the world, just pray people don't die. That's all you can do. We all come into this world wanting to leave it a better place than we found it. And with that means,
let's go to Mars.
Probably less people dying is probably really important. Yeah. Jeremy, where can people find you? Or what's your TikTok, man? Or Facebook? What?
You can find me. It's Jeremy for TikTok.
Jeremy.
Jeremy. Here soon. I did send a link to you guys. I will be starting a business here soon.
Oh yeah.
With one of my neighbors, and be starting up my own landscaping and trees lawn care service.
Right on.
Hells yeah.
Fuck yeah, buddy.
So here soon you'll find that. You'll find me being around.
All right, Tony. Take it home. I'll get the outro ready to rock and roll.
Yeah. I'm just I'm I feel like I shouldn't be surprised, but every time I shouldn't be surprised, I'm just disgusted. And we're back to those days where there's a global conflict, not just a nationwide conflict, and people, instead of thinking about other people, are pretending to think about other people while really just thinking about themselves and their internal worries and their internal beliefs. So really, all I can do at this point is request that instead of trying to chase social media clout or pretend to be a better person on the eyes of the internet, actually be a better person and genuinely be concerned about the rest of the world. Because, folks, we made a lot of fun tonight. We had a lot of fun. We joked around a lot, but there's a real and damning concern out there. And this is one of those tension concerns that we have not had in a long time. It's a tense situation, and we should be very concerned about it, whether we like it or not. And it's not all fun and games, folks. So don't just chase clout. Don't just try to push narratives. Actually be concerned for your fellow man out there, because things could get a lot fucking worse. But all that being said, stick right here for the honest talk, the real talk, not just propaganda pushing. Big Buck and Empire, the Dog and Chicken Show, weekly. This is the best place to be. Like, share, subscribe. And I do mean like, share, watch, and subscribe, and share the shit out of it.
If not, I'll find you.
Yeah, and we'll find you.
To that, we raise a glass.
Remember that, you find
video game, allegedly.
And we all say together,
Corn Pop was a bad dude.
Appreciate you as always.
Lynn.
Love you.
Later, y'all.
See if it just smooths itself out.
Back. Tell you what I'll do if I ever get back. I promise to refabricate you, raging rivers of gold. That's what the brochure advertised. And now we're lost. We gotta take it down. Let you down slow. It's hard to survive.